Okay, I think we're on. Welcome, everybody. We're about to start a big match here in the final four of a $5.99 and under here at Slate Billiard Club in St. Paul, Minnesota. 8-ball, 32 players started this tournament, single elimination. We're down to 4. Andrew Schlosser versus Gary Neudecker tonight. They're about to lag it up. Dave just started the stream. He's going out to let them know to go ahead. And I'm here with Mr. Brian Brecky. How you doing, Brian?
I'm doing well.
Brian and I just got done playing on the main table, just practicing a little 9-ball for an hour or two. And I'm going to tell you the conditions are still humid. I think we both hung a few balls. I might have hung a few more. But I did. Look at that lag.
Yeah.
They almost collided balls.
You should.
Gary wins the lag.
Yeah, you should be disqualified because he lagged on the other side of the table.
Yeah.
But he won the lag.
Yeah. So we've got a beautiful day here in Minnesota. It's July 1st. We had mid-80s weather, but it's humid. And our air conditionings are working, so we're fine, but the conditions are a little different. For example, I believe when I was spinning the ball, maybe sometimes unintentionally, the balls would grab. In fact, I saw 1 or 2 shots of yours where they stuck together, and I was like, wow, you know, because they aren't glancing the same. But
yeah, I think the ball's grabbing off the rail too. So if you're shooting inside English, you know, off the ball trying to check it, it checks. The ball grabs the rail, so that's going to be something to watch for here too. And I'm thinking this table's going to play springy.
Yeah.
Tonight. It's going to be fast and springy.
Well, Gary's fast and loose. Let's see if he can develop that pace. Andrew's been methodical and deliberate of the last few matches that I've seen. So good little second ball break there, but we got a cluster on the right rail.
Yeah. Is that the one ball down in the lower right?
Yes. Looks like solids might be the answer because of that, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of looking at. That 7 ball is in a tough spot. But he might probably like the 1. I don't know if he can make it past the 13. It should be a good match, though. Andrew had a good match last time. He beat Kennedy.
Yeah.
I don't recall who Gary played, but I think he played well also that match.
Yes, I'm blanking right now, but I know who he played. Darn it.
He took the solids. Now he's got to figure out how to get on that 7. I think that's obviously the key ball. And so you don't want to go too far here without figuring out how to get to that 7.
Yeah, I always say if you figure out what you're going to be on the second shot, you should say to yourself, am I out or am I playing safe? Because that 7 is in trouble until
you've got to develop it soon. He's going to shoot the bank now. And I like this decision.
Does it go on the side? Does it go past the 8?
Yeah,
it sure does.
He
wow.
hit a great shot.
Well, I'll say this: the bank shots are going a little shorter too. So I'm impressed that he made the first bank that he shot at. I was expecting that to shorten.
He fired it and just straightened it right out. Now he needs to get on the 5. Another great shot. Well, unless he rolled up on the 11.
Yeah,
that'd be unfortunate.
I think he can see this 6 though. Thing is that cue ball is going to travel 3 rails. Look at that's where he wants to be on this 3 ball.
Yeah, this made it really difficult.
Yeah,
this is a hard ball to make.
Check the speed here.
He cut it in the side.
Okay, it went all the way around, so he's going to the other pocket, and he's jacked up.
Yeah, he might want to shoot the 5. I don't know if the cue ball will go forward off that stripe and give him a shot in the corner on the 3, or else cut in the side.
Yeah, he could shoot this 5 and glance off the face of that stripe, making it.
Or he could shoot the 3 up in the corner and the 5 might go in the lower right. I think that's what he's looking at. If he can smooth this 3 and the 5 might go lower right. Tough shot though, jacked up.
Well, he's going to bump that 8 a little too. Wow, he made it.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, now he's got to come with the miracle.
That rack was tough. It just felt like you were just kind of digging a hole as you go through it. But, man, he made a good effort at it.
Well, this is this is going to play into Andy's strategy if he can get down to one ball every time and do this, because Andy's very patient. The question is, can Andy do something here?
Those stripes are ugly.
Yeah, they are really ugly. But now the 8's trapped within him, so
Yeah.
I think he can play patient here and just
Let's see
stick
a
him
bunch
behind
of
the
saves.
13 ball.
Yeah. That 5's in a good position for Gary in terms of, trying to stay in the game, because Andrew is going to have to play some nice safeties here to make sure he covers up that shot for the 5.
Is this yours?
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
okay. I didn't know if that was Dave. Yeah, because that hanging like that, he could kick that from a lot of places. That 5 ball.
Yep.
He was playing all cue ball there. And that's a good shot. Now Gary's got to do something with the jump stick, most likely.
And even if he does, that 8 ball's in a tough spot.
I would have liked to have known if Andrew tried to put the 14 like that. I don't know if he did, but it just worked out real nice, because
Yeah.
now he can't kick that 5 in.
Right.
He can get a good hit on this, but watch the cue ball into the side pocket. It's a dangerous little hit here.
I don't know if he
2 rails into it.
typically jumps. He must not like the jump shot.
It's
He's gonna have to
laying
go.
good.
He's gonna have to go. He's gonna go 2 rails.
He could make this and get shape for a bank on the 8. Nice
effort.
try. Nice try.
He made it, just the
Yeah.
wrong way.
Yep. Now let's see how Andrew solves this problem. See if he can do it all with one big blast here. You don't want to.
This is a mess.
You don't want to give him too many shots, because sometimes if you leave just a little bit of air, these guys are capable of banking or doing something miraculous with that 8 ball. I feel like when I'm in this spot, I have to get out, but you really don't. You just play
I
a
think
smart
you play
safe.
a bunch of safes.
Yeah.
I like actually banking the 13 into those 2 stripes in the middle and leaving the cue ball behind the 9. And you got 3 balls free.
Good shot there.
Try and get another ball in hand. And actually, I don't mind him kicking at the 8, because if he moves it, it might help me.
Is this one yours too?
Thanks.
Yep.
He's actually playing safe in like 11.
Okay. Left him close on it, but he lets him see it. I mean, he could shoot the 8, 9, 13 combo, get rid of one more ball, and put the cue ball down table. No, he's just going to keep playing this game for a while.
If I'm Gary, I'm doing the same thing. If he's not going to shoot, I'm just going to leave the 8 ball in trouble for Andrew.
Yeah, because you could get down to the last shot, Andrew, and then there's still a predicament.
Yeah.
And now he's in the game.
Andrew's got the 11 by the side. If he can get an angle on that 11, he can go right into the 8 and break all those balls up. So he's got to get if he shot that ball in the corner, drew back a little bit, he could cut the 11 in and go right in the 8
Yeah.
and break everything up.
And I know people like my mother are watching at home, so she called me today. So
Okay.
I told her to watch. In case, for people like her that don't know the game, Andrew, the one at the table, has a severe advantage here because he has more balls on the table. He has more weaponry to play safeties. And he called safe there. I believe he called safe.
Yeah, I think he did too.
Yep.
Even if the ball goes in.
So he got
it's
rid of
Gary's
one
turn.
ball. But until that 8 is free, Andrew's a favorite.
And I think Gary's going to kick slow at this ball.
Yep. Okay, and he's okay. Is there a 3 foul rule? I don't think
I
there
don't
is.
believe so.
So,
Now he's got the shot to break up that ball. He can cut the 11 in and go right to the 8. That's what I would do.
I think those balls are wired, so he's going to get rid of one more ball.
Yeah, that's what he did. The longer you wait to get that cluster out of there, this is the shot probably. He's probably going to go into him here, don't you think?
Yeah.
Unless he just wants to stay patient and just
Yeah.
wait. He might wait, depending on the angle he got here. He might not have the best angle here. When you're close to the ball like this, funny things happen.
So he
Yeah.
played for the make. Now he might play the blast into the side and break him out. Just run into the 8 as full as he can, hard. and suffer the consequences.
Yeah, that's why I like doing that earlier.
Yeah.
So that you've got some insurance balls in case something doesn't come out. But I like that shot. He went soft.
Okay, now he's in a funny spot because if I don't know what safety he's got in mind here, but what I'm thinking is sticking him right on top of the 8 so that Gary doesn't have an easy shot, but he's going to give Gary a shot here at the 8.
Yeah, I agree. This is a tough spot.
Like he could just slow roll on this 9 and bring the cue ball off the rail right up on backside of the 8. And if he's good at freezing it on him, that's safe.
Yeah, and he'd like to separate those two balls a little bit, so at least one of them go when Gary's shooting, if he can freeze him on the 8. And I think I like that shot, just trying to freeze him on the 8. But it takes touch, and these rails are a little springy. If you run into that 8 and just moved it an inch, you might leave a shot in the corner.
Yep. Let's see what he does. Okay, he left him a shot on the 8.
Yeah, he did. I think this was a good decision by Gary to just leave the 8 in play right with Andrew's balls and hope for a shot. Let's see if he can put it in.
It doesn't go.
A little thick.
Okay, but he's still in a good spot.
Position, yeah.
Now he's in a really good spot because...
Although Andrew can maybe hit that 9 and freeze him behind the 13. If he can get a full hit on that 9, and I don't know if it's frozen. If it's frozen, he's got to have the cue ball hit the rail.
No matter what, Gary will have a kick at this 8 if that 9 doesn't go. I would call it into the upper left corner as a bank shot, stop shot, and if it goes... Well, then 13, what do you got?
Yeah, I think he's gonna roll into this thing. He did your shot. I don't know if he called it or not. He called safe.
No, he called safe. Yeah, he was hoping to hang that.
Which was good that he called safe because he knew he didn't have a shot if he made it.
Now watch out, Gary. If he plays to just play a good hit, oh my goodness, what a try. He was playing to cut it in.
Yeah, that was a good shot.
I was worried about it coming on the stretch.
I think it's down to the bank. It's whether or not Andy puts this bank in.
Yeah, really.
I think he fired this thing, it straightens up and goes right in.
And we'll see if it shortens up like I was saying.
Went a little long.
Okay. So Gary gets game 1. We're going to mark that up. That was a good little safety battle. Remember, this is game 1. You're not going to have flawless pool right away. These guys are going to fall into a concentration. I think it's early, and we'll see what kind of jitters these guys have too. But Gary had a good little run there. He was running out of real estate when that 7 ball was trapped early.
And we're in the semifinals here, so this is kind of a big deal because everybody wants to make the finals.
Yep.
So, and a lot of times the first game's the hardest one to get. Just to get your feet settled and your feet under you and start playing. So that's a good one for Gary to win.
Yeah, and then the next match, the other 2 players, Robert versus Brandon. Those 2 will play Brandon Forer. Those 2 will play, I believe, next Tuesday. They were thinking about it this week. I think the holidays get in the way of everybody's schedule. So next Tuesday, I believe, is when they're scheduled, but it's not definitive yet. I haven't heard a 100% confirmation. Okay, that second ball break, again, has got a right rail cluster. And the cue ball is in a horrible spot.
It is in a horrible spot. I do like the way Gary's hitting that break, though. He's hitting it with some speed, and he's getting some fairly good separation. But you're right, that right quadrant there, the lower part of the table, is getting full of balls.
Yep.
Gary's a wily veteran. Last time he said he'd been playing for 50 years. I remember Gary way back when. I used to live down in Mankato, and he was around back then. I'm not going to say how long I've been playing pool, but I'm not going to date myself. But Gary's been playing for a long time.
And these 2 are possibly 2 of the nicest people I know in the pool community, so they're both great people. Actually, I could say that about all of the people. Everybody's been super polite and nice, and I think this has been a great tournament. I'm glad Dave and JD and everybody that got involved putting it on did this, and then we're gonna have this 499 and under coming up. So
That was a nice shot that Andy hit.
That changed it all.
He broke his 5 out, and now he has a chance to run out.
can you see that 7?
I don't think he can. I think he's got to shoot the 1.
Might be able to swerve it a little. He's trying to see if he can get on that 2 ball, or is that a
Yeah. I kind of like shooting the 1 here. But if he's got the 7 and he can stop it and shoot the, what's that ball?
I think it's a 2 ball. Let's check the overview.
I don't know what that ball is, but it's a 2 or the 4. It's the 4.
Yeah, it's the 4.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have a pink 4 on this table. We got the purple. Okay. This is kind of a nice view. It looks like he can see the 7. He's got to do a little twist action, a little left. But he's doing what you like.
I like the 1.
Yep, he's doing that shot. And I like it because it's out in space in the center there.
And now he went to the 3. I had a really nice shot. That's a great play. So now you got to decide when to go after the 7.
I think that's your key ball. 3, 4, 5, 7. But how do you get on the 8?
Yeah, I like trying to get on the 7 with this 3 ball.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
Maybe stop shot at 7 and 4.
Now he's got to decide if he wants to shoot the 4, 5, 7, or if he wants to shoot the 7 now, because he's got to look at it.
Is that 4 just impeding his bridge enough where he'll say, maybe I'll just shoot the 4?
Yeah.
But I think the 5 is a better key ball because you have more 8 ball options.
He's playing. This is a nice.
He got robbed.
If he got hooked in this ball,
He got robbed.
That is robbery.
Yeah, he just got robbed. And he was
shaking
out.
his head.
Yep.
And he played a great rack. I mean, I like the pattern. He played a different pattern than we did, and it was good.
Yep.
But he really got robbed. It rocked up on the 8 at the very last.
Mm-hmm. He can bank
roll.
this, and it goes. He's a 1 pocket player. Off the other ball, maybe? No.
Just a little short.
A little unfortunate. That was a good pattern.
I hate that when that happens. You're
No.
rolling the last roll, it freezes on the 8 ball. If it bumps it, he's fine. If it stays where it is, he's fine. It just kind of rolled right up on it.
Well, and the shape on the shape that he had on the 7 or the 4, if it was 1 inch further, he would have had no problem shooting the 7. But he was jacked up in that bridge hand. I think he just wanted to shoot the 4 to get it out of the way.
Yeah. Now the 5 doesn't cover that lower right either, so I think that Gary's got an open pocket in the lower right past the 5. So see if he shoots the 13.
Yeah, maybe off the rail just to move it a little and then, or will it go right through? Let's see what the overhead says. Okay, the 13 goes by without touching it, but it probably tickle it.
Yeah, or he can play it rail first. You know, he's got a couple options there.
Or the 12.
He's back into the 14. This makes it tough.
He's trying to solve that problem, and unfortunately he didn't get shape. The 14 might go, though. Does that look like it goes?
I don't think it does. I think he's got to cut the 9 in, past the 5.
Okay, watch out 8 ball into the side pocket. Off the, or...
Yeah.
See. that
Nice
moving.
shot. He had a big pocket there. That was a great shot.
Yep, now the 13
5
goes.
Does the 5 cover that pocket a little bit? I think it might go. Let's see if he puts it in. Nice shot.
Never a doubt. And he's got shape on either.
Yeah,
I like the 14 here.
I do too, for sure. Roll the 14 in, and you can either shoot that 11 in the corner or the side.
I'd go up to the side rail, middle diamond, right side rail, middle diamond, and play it into the side, because then you. But just because it seems like it's laying right for that.
Shooting the 14.
No, the 14 in the corner, but then getting shape for 11 in the left side.
Oh, I see.
Go forward to the side. Oh, he's gonna. This is smarter. If he likes the shot, side pocket shots are tough from off the rail.
Very hard.
It was natural for shape on the 14 to the 8, though. I like that. If
Yeah,
he wasn't on the
he makes
rail,
that ball,
was,
he's
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
He's definitely out. So Andrew's got a chance to get on the rail on the board.
3 rails here. 1,
We went
2.
He got the third one. It's fast.
Yeah, it
I didn't
sure
think it
is.
was going to go to the third rail, and I actually got to the third rail easy.
Actually, that was perfect.
Yeah.
And now
Now do you roll up to the center?
I think he's gonna baby it and play it in the side.
He rolled up to the center.
That was the shot. Nice shot.
Look at the
Andrew.
ball roll, though. I mean,
Yeah.
it's fast. We're going to see fast table tonight. Let's see if he can stay down on this ball. Yeah, he
Real
stayed
nice.
down perfect.
Real nice. His head. I was
Yeah.
watching his head there.
Yeah,
Yep.
he did not move.
Okay, 1-1. These guys are letting each other stretch out a little. It's nice to see a little back and forth.
It always feels good to get that first game because
Yep.
you know I'm not skunked.
Yep. Yep.
So I always like to get the first one on the board.
And the psychology of a race to 11 is kind of unique. I mean, you really have time. You know that this is going to be minimum 3 hours.
Yeah, you can just settle in and hopefully
Yep.
just let your game come out.
Yep.
Then we'll see now. Andy, does he break head ball or does he break second ball? Do you know?
I don't know.
We're going to find out.
I don't know. Looks like he's somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to the head ball.
I think he is.
With the side. Maybe he's figured something out.
Oh, he
Wow,
hit him nice.
that's solid.
Hit him
See
nice.
if anything goes. 11 ball? No.
No,
Little unfortunate.
I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
He
Try that a few more times.
Yeah, he hit them well, and he might have made a ball. I don't know. I can't tell. He did make a ball,
Okay.
so he made a solid, right?
Yep.
So he's got to get in that cluster. It looks like he's going stripes.
Yeah, it's open after the break. So he can do whatever he wants. It's ball in hand anywhere. If he had scratched.
If he had scratched, yes. Now he's got to figure out how to deal with those 4 balls down there by the corner. Now, if this ball goes in the corner,
I like his choice though because of that 1-3-5 hanging out on the side rail.
that 11's a little thin from here, so he probably doesn't want to shoot that ball. I don't know if the 14 goes past the 7 though.
I think it does. Yeah. Stop shot for the 11. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's okay. He established stripes. Now,
And he blocked that, whatever that is, the 4 ball, I think, again, on the lower rail. The lower rail only goes to the left-hand lower pocket.
and the 7.
But he can use the 3 off the 14.
Well, he might have.
Went a little further.
Well, that 1 ball maybe.
Yeah.
1 ball into the rail first, punching the 14 out of the hole. Nice try. He's actually
shot
got a
there.
chance here.
Yeah, he does.
He
Now
can
he's got
tickle it
the-
again.
Yeah. And he might not even need to. You know, he could roll this in slow and then shoot the 3 up in the corner and the 5 up in the corner.
I think the 7's a good
hard.
shot now because he's on it already.
Yeah, you're right.
You know.
Yeah, you're right.
Draw back for the 4. What are we gonna do with the 8 though?
The 8's in a tough position.
He could draw back and nudge it right now. No, I don't think so.
Put a nice stroke on that.
Looks like 5 in the side.
That's tough though, because what are you going to do with the cue ball? The 14 looks like it blocks the lower right.
He could shoot it to the corner and play a little draw and kick the 3 away from the rail.
Yeah.
A lot of this I'm guessing because I'm playing safe 5 shots ago.
Gary's running out. That's great.
Sometimes these guys find a way. It's just a miracle to me.
He rolled on the side. I wonder if he feels like he can get the 3 past the 14 somehow.
He might be cutting it in the corner.
He called the corner by the 14.
Yeah, he did. Oh.
That's what he tried.
Sometimes those valleys will accept that, but that was a tough shot on this one.
It just rejects it. He didn't leave him a lot, though. He did not leave him a lot. Well, actually, the 14 straight in. I didn't see that ball. But that cluster of stripes in the lower left part of the table is not easy to get on.
Well, Gary's going to force the issue. I know that. It looks to me like I'm just going to watch this in each game to see if he's going to keep trying to just run out and play it down to the end. This could get interesting, and it won't make it 3 hours. We might be done in 2 hours and 40 minutes. So,
what is the over/under tonight?
Well, they've been 3 to 4 hours, most of them that I've been doing. So I would say it's a little less than 3, maybe.
And we'll see how the table's breaking too. If they, like Andy had a good break here, he broke the balls up, so it tends to go faster. Gary's going to try and run out.
Yeah, and Andy, if he's thinking about safety, he's like, "What can I leave this guy?" I feel that Gary's firing at everything,
Right. Another ball we got to stay down on, unless he's playing safe.
Good shot.
Oh, he just played
he
safe.
did play safe.
Yeah, he did play safe. He just pocketed the ball and. Now, if Gary can cut this in, he can stop this ball one rail off the 9 and the 11.
Yeah,
and maybe get a shot in the 4 if he can make this 3.
I think you're right. I think he'll blast right into that 9 ball. Yep.
Yeah, he hit it nice.
And the 8 goes in the side possibly here if he can hold it.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to kind of roll it. Oh, he went into it hard. What a shot. Look at this. Opened up right for the side. What a shot. Way to go, Gary.
That's 2-1, Gary.
Wow, he's aggressive and he went after it.
You know, and I sit and wonder sometimes, because sometimes I get real timid when I get into the grease, the final 4 players.
Yeah.
And I get a little cautious, play a few too many safes. You guys can probably tell I talk safety too much. But I don't know if this style isn't preferred right here.
Well, the other thing is that's going to make Andy think twice.
Yeah.
Before he does that again.
And at what point are you playing too timid, because now you're playing scared if you miss. So.
Right. That was quite an out. I mean, Gary just took that ball and said, "I'm going into the 8."
Mm-hmm.
And it came up perfect for him. He hit a nice shot.
And you notice the decision making is within 5 seconds.
Yeah, it's quick. He doesn't second guess himself.
No.
He just shoots. Now, I like his second ball break. He breaks a hard second ball break. Let's see if they break up a little bit more.
Yeah.
I really like the way he hits him, though. Really like the way he hits him. Look at that.
That one was better. Meaning there's still a cluster, but
Yeah.
it's not as much.
Yeah. He's very consistent in how he hits him, though. It's not a clear thing to me right off what I would want here. There's a lot of clusters. The 8 ball's covered by the 10.
Well, here's the thing. That 11 ball, there's not a ball near it to break it free. So I almost like solids because of that 3 ball and because of that 11 being in a weird spot.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going 1 on the side, unless he can see that 4.
I think you're right. It's the 1.
Yeah. Good choice. Now, is he going to come with the miracle combo?
Yeah, I don't see
with
much
the breakout?
else.
I want to see this from the upper view. He's going for it. The 6-5 combo with the get rid of the 11 ball action on the cue ball.
I think he might miss the 11.
Yeah, it looks like he'll go above it. Yeah.
Oh, he knocked it right in. The 11 is still stuck, but now Gary's balls are really in a tough spot.
Now you'd shoot the 4, draw back with massive draw, and break these out. You're laughing because
you're changing your tune, Mike. You're changing your tune. We'll see what he does.
Yeah,
that's what he tried.
Now what he can do
now
here is bank the 7.
Well,
and
he
bust
can
these
really
open.
get safe now. He can really get
No,
safe.
he's banking the 7. He's busting these free.
He's playing safe.
Okay, you're right. Nice shot, Gary. It would have been would have been nice to see those open up for you for the next inning a little bit more, but that was a good shot. Andrew's in a tough spot. But those balls are still a problem, so he doesn't have to panic here.
Yeah, he's going to kick the 14. I mean, the important thing is you got to get a good hit here.
I like two-rail kicking the 13-12 because they're bigger target, and you could slow roll on them and be somewhat safe. Okay, now he left him the 3. Let's see if Gary shoots this off. Gary could do the same thing, two-roll into the 7-2, two-rail into the 7-2 slow. Now he'd sell the 14 ball, but
yeah, I think he's in a tough spot here because if he makes the 3, there's not going to be a lot else. He's going to have to play safe. I mean, if he makes the 3, he can probably play safe again on those balls.
He might hit this 100 miles an hour. No. Okay.
Now he can play safe.
He was
possibly.
content with that.
If he can get to the 2, he can play safe.
Yeah, stop shot, stick him on the 6.
Yeah,
And then
but I don't know if he can get to the 2. He's got a kick. He's going to do your shot.
Yep.
2 rails.
Two-rail, and it's a big ball. Oh, what a
wow,
shot.
how did he hit that ball?
Yes, very nice.
That was a great shot.
So I was saying, in the few times we've commentated here, there's been at least 4 or 5 all-world highlight reel shots that I've seen. I would add that to it. Not many people are coming up with that or executing that.
Yeah, just slow roll right into it now. He's got to kick at the 14 again. I mean, he hooked him. That was a great shot.
The only thing he could have done better is pinned him on the 7, but he's still. And
Chances are, if Andy hits this 14 and gets a rail, he's probably going to get safe. Now, does he want to hit the top side and have the 2 go up table? Have the cue ball go up table? Like, so he didn't leave the 7. I don't think he left a 7.
maybe he can two-rail this, or bank it.
Kick behind it.
Or stick stop shot. I think he can see it and just stick stop shot on him 6.
Yeah. He just went slow.
Now they're
he's got
all
all
ready.
his balls open.
Yep.
Now the 8 ball's still, he's going to have to deal with that. But Andy's got a tough situation here. It's, he can hit the 11, but where's he going to go with the cue ball?
Well, he might not want to get rid of that 11-6 problem without Gary having to solve it.
Yeah.
If he could kick the 9, no. Boy, he's in a tough spot.
All of those balls are, missable on kicks. Where you can foul, if you, depending on which, because they're in the middle of the table, so they're just harder to kick at. They're just smaller targets. So he's looking at thin in the 11.
Yeah. And he's trying to maybe put him on the 14. Just leaving a tough shot.
Yep.
Now, Gary, what do you think he's going to blast this 6 in?
No, I don't think so. I think he's going to bank this 7 up and leave the cue ball on the lower right, by the lower right pocket. And just leave him right behind those balls. I think Gary played a great shot.
He's not hesitating either. He's very confident right now. Nice shot, Gary.
He really put Andy in a tough spot here. I mean, this is a tough ball to hit. You can foul here easy. And even if you make a hit, you're probably going to leave a shot.
Well, I'm going to make sure I hit something, so I'm going to go 2 rails around that 7 ball towards the ball he's gesturing towards. But he's going 1 rail. I'd go 2 because there's 5 balls in that direction. Okay, you got a hit.
And he actually came out about as good as you could expect. I mean, he came out nice.
That was unreal.
Because I think he probably missed the ball he was targeting.
Yeah.
So that's a good roll for Andy. That's how pool is.
Does Gary stay patient and do the same safe?
I don't think it's as easy this time.
Yeah, I think he's bunting the 6 and putting him on the 2.
Yep.
Nice shot. And I think that ball was not frozen, but they didn't check.
Yeah, they did not check it.
Andrew,
I don't know if the combo's
not
wired.
hesitating.
If the combo's wired, that's a big break for Andy.
Or he's going to skin the left side of this stripe and go down table underneath those balls. You're right, it was wired. Okay. Sometimes that's the way it goes. Now, he could play this 10 ball and tuck up underneath those balls, play shape underneath those balls, 9 in the side. So it's a two-way?
I feel like it's too thin.
Yeah, you're right. The balls are moving too fast.
Yeah, I feel like he's got to come around. If he's going to shoot the 10, if he wants to play safe, he's going to have to just play safe. If he shoots the 10, he's going to have to come around the
Yep. Go 1, 2
out,
rails
try and
out
get out
to the middle.
of the table, kind of on the right side, right center. Let's see if he shoots it. He shot it.
I was watching his arm there, and that looked about as I'm kind of envious sometimes of people that have these perfect mechanics.
That was good, and he came out. If he can shoot that 11 in the side, he came out very nice. If you can roll, he can stun forward and shoot the stripe into the corner that's sitting on the right hand by the right hand side rail, long rail.
Yeah, that 13.
Yeah.
Let's see from
Well,
the
he's
upper
got the
view.
9 too, so he might just shoot the 9 and stun out.
He's got to solve that 13. It looks like it's solvable right now, but he's waiting on it. Now he's funny.
Yeah, he's really funny now.
So he might have to shoot this 12 ball and put a little stroke on it. And not scratch in the side. I'm going to go back to this angle. He's got to hit this 12.
Yeah, he's going to have to hit the 12, and if he wants to shoot, he might just duck. But if he shoots, he's going to have to hit 12 and come off the left-hand long rail, back out to the middle.
I don't mind him shooting this 11 and tucking behind the 13.
He's shooting the 12. You just went slow.
Nice smooth stroke. Wow, he made that look really easy.
Yeah, he did.
Nice shot, Andy. I was getting complicated in my brain there, and he just made it look easy.
No, he's going to have to stay with this one. That was a tough shot because he had to draw past the 13 and shoot it in the same corner. So that was just a tough shot.
Yeah, and if you look at the time in between shots, the previous shot that he took his time on that 12 ball and smoothed it in, that was probably 30 seconds, and that shot right there was probably 12.
Yeah.
He might have, taken a
Got
little
out
more
of his
time.
routine a little
yeah.
But he actually got a good roll here because he kind of double kissed the cue ball and knocked it down table to where Gary's really in a tough spot here.
So what they're looking at is if the 2 ball's frozen, because he's thinking about just tapping this 2, and if the cue ball doesn't hit a rail he's not
Went up to the 6.
It must be frozen.
And I like this because he was trying to cover the 11. He wasn't worried about the 13.
Mm-hmm.
And he got behind the 8, so that was a smart shot.
And he could tuck him behind the 8 here too, get his 13 free, and come right over with the zigzag.
It's just
ball.
tough to get that 6 covered.
It sure is.
I think advantage Gary here.
Mm-hmm.
He's got one more ball. Andy's frozen on the rail.
Maybe he can leave him distance on this safety. Or on a ball. I think he was trying to get on that 8 and then...
That worked out though because he hit the
blocked
corner
it.
and blocked the 6.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fortunate. Now, can he make that combo and put the cue ball behind the 8 again? Just shoot the 13
Yes.
in and go behind the 8.
That is definitely the shot.
Let's see if he does it.
Yeah, watch out,
He's
cue
gonna
ball.
scratch.
Oh,
was the
man.
shot too. It just got away. Now we're going to end up being 2-2. It's interesting. Gary really, I think, played a good rack there.
Yeah, he did.
He just got unfortunate at the end here.
And that's what happens early on in the set. Little errors like that. Now we got a 2-2 match, and we got instead of a race to 11, we got a race to 9 now.
Well, it's just the whole psychology of it because, we've all been in this situation so many times where you think you're going to be ahead 3-1, and all of a sudden it's 2-2, and
Yep.
and so you just have to just forget about it and move on. I mean, it's early in the set. We're going to 11, but still, it's nice to be ahead by 2 games. You just feel better about things. Now we'll see if Andy goes back to this hammer break.
Yeah, from the
I'd like to see him do the same thing. Maybe move the cue ball an inch or two, but he's put in the same exact spot. We'll see what happens. He did make a ball though last time, so and he hit him hard.
I was in here Sunday, and Andy was what a break.
He's hammering him.
He was grinding away all day. He's been preparing for this, so this is a big match.
He did the same thing with Kennedy's match. He was working hard, so it's good to see that. And that was not justice because he did not make a ball, but he's hammering him. So hopefully he just keeps doing it.
Well, one thing about these long-term tournaments, meaning they're not over a day or a weekend, this one has been over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, he's going stripes. But one thing about doing these long-term tournaments is it forces you, if you do well, to stay in stroke for long periods of time.
You got to keep practicing.
You pretty soon you can't hang out with your family.
Exactly. They're like, why are you always gone?
You call in sick to work.
So he's got to deal with this stripe by the 8 ball, and you want to deal with it sooner rather than later. Not quite certain. I mean, he could bank that ball.
He might break it free right now with cutting this in the side.
Or could roll forward and just bank it.
He might run right into this 8 ball. Well, there we go. Oh, it went through the smallest gap on the table.
Yeah, it did. I don't know how you got through there.
And that one on the rail above the 4 ball is tough too.
I thought that was the 8. That was the ball I was talking
about,
okay. Actually. He ended up with a tough shot here. See if he can stay down and knock this ball in. It's a tough shot.
Yeah.
That ball's going to come off the rail and leave Andy. Good shot. Now Andy's got to deal with the 4 ball, really. I mean, that's the whole rack is how do I deal with 4?
Yep. He could get on this 7 ball perfectly. Like the stop shot on the 1 into the corner is perfect angle right there for the 7 ball to get to. So if he can get on this 1 ball stop shot, then he could solve it 2 shots later.
Yep. He might have just spin this up beyond the 1, like this.
Yep. Oh wow.
It just
perfect.
rolls. It just rolls, and now he can just So now he's good. Now he can. Unless he got too much of an angle on the 1 ball, but I think he wanted to stop it right there and shoot the 7.
He does have a subtle angle. That's why he's gesturing up there. He's got to move it 4 inches, but he's trying to stay on the same line.
He might have to pound it and come off the rail. I don't know if he can pinch this back. He'd like to pinch this back, but he might have to go off the rail, off the side rail. He pinched it.
And he didn't get jacked up. That was nice because the side pocket's going to give him some air on his bridge.
Now, do you draw and try and hit the stripe, or do you go and hit the 4?
I play center ball and just accept what I deal with. I make this 7.
He drew into that ball, which is probably what I would have done. To each his own, but now he created another problem for himself. But he hit it. He hit it well. It was a good stroke.
The 3 or the 6. The 3, he could come in and just tickle the top of the stripe with a softie. Or the 6, he could draw into it, but then it pushes his balls towards the rail. I don't like that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like your shot in the 3. The important thing is you make sure you put the 3 in, but I don't know if it's natural or if it needs a touch of inside English.
Touch of left.
Just hit it a little fat. Again, he left Gary nothing simple here, though. There's nothing simple about this out. I mean,
Well, and I'm not sure about this 9. Let's check the overview. The 9 ball looks awkward. I don't think that goes in the side.
I don't think it does either. I agree. You got a good hit there. Hit the 6 and 15. Now, now you got to play shape on that 9, right?
Yeah.
Get rid of it here.
Yeah, and he could just play it down to the corner and not worry about trying to sneak it in the side. I think that's the shot.
Yeah, I think so too. He's shooting it right now.
Oh, okay. That's a wily veteran.
Yeah.
He knew how that shot would work out.
No, and he came off, he didn't worry about the corner. He just knocked it in. Mm-hmm. Very confident stroke. Now he's got to get on the 10. Good shot, inside English. He checked it off that rail to get a shot in the 10. I like that shot too. Now the question is, which one's next? You could shoot the 10. You could shoot the ball by the 8.
I almost like the overhead view to visualize it. I think this is the shot. It goes around the 6. Oh, it worked out. He caught the portion of the 6 that got him shaped.
Let's look at the other view. I don't know if he's got it. Yeah,
it doesn't look good there.
Yeah. He's got to back cut it. And he's going to draw it so he doesn't scratch, I think. Ah, that ended up tough.
And he left Andy very little except that 3 ball goes, I think.
I think it does too.
Full length table shot though, and he's got to move the cue ball 3 or 4 feet to get shape. So this is a tough one.
Or you could roll it in and play shape for the 6, and if you miss it, you're probably safe on the 14.
I like that. Keep
and
it
Andy's
simple.
Andy's good at rolling balls. I've seen that as he's playing. He just rolls balls more. So if he's not hooked here, I like rolling this ball. No, he's got to kick at it. He's actually hooked on the 14, so he's got to go rail first.
Okay. Let's see. This is a good angle to watch it from.
And he went slow, which was a great shot because he knew that he was safe if he missed.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was a great shot. Plus, he put the 3 right in the hole.
Unfortunately for Andrew, though, I think Gary can slice this in the side. But watch the cue ball coming down to this corner here, the upper or lower left from this view. Oh, he can't see that.
Yeah, he can't see it.
It's amazing how one looks like he can and the other one, this one doesn't look like he can hit it.
He's going to have to try and kick it in the side. I think he's looking at the kick in the right-hand side. You just go all out and try and make this ball and see what happens.
How do you kick this? What do you do when you kick shots like this? What do you think about?
I like to play this with a little English. So, like when I'm kicking this, I would put a little bit of left-hand spin on it because I think it's really hard to hit a center ball perfectly straight. Oh, he almost made it. What do you look at when you kick that ball?
I look through the object. I try to look for a point on where it would be, where I'd be kicking to the rail. Okay,
So
he should get out here. This 5 he needs to get on, doesn't he?
yeah, I agree. I'm like, does he want to get on that now, next shot, or what's he going to do? Is he going to go with?
It looks like he is right now. He's got on both, but I think the 5 is the shot.
But the 5 is missable.
Sure
from
is.
Here. I think he's really wondering because you can, we ball hit the points on the side.
Here's the thing, if he slow rolls this and if he looks at where the cue ball will be, I don't think Gary can make that 14. I think it's a funny spot if he leaves him over on the rail.
Yeah.
Okay, he bought another inch of angle.
Yeah, he did. But it's still, this is he's just have to stay with this ball, stay down, stay true, because otherwise you can miss it.
And follow off the rail, so you got a bridge for the 8 ball.
Hit it nice.
Off the rail, nice shot. Now for the key ball here. Nice out, Andrew.
Andy's form looks great. He's really staying still, delivering the cue nice.
That was a confident out there.
Yeah, he just got down on that 8 ball, you know, and you know, it's missable, and he just stayed still and knocked it in.
Dave deleted the zoom in, zoom out. I was trying to confirm the score. I can't see the score over there. See what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think it's right. I think it's 3-2. And he's going to pop these again.
Yep, same spot. Wow, he's really squatting his rock.
Yeah, he's hitting them well. I think he might have came up dry again, though. He kind of dropped his cue like, what just happened?
Yeah.
It's like, I hit him good.
That's 3 good breaks.
Yeah. I don't think he changed a thing.
Nope.
Especially if you're, you know, he's got a 3-2 lead. I wouldn't even worry about it. I think you just keep hitting him.
Stripes or solids. We got a bunch of solids hanging out in the middle of the table.
Yeah, I like the solids because it's hard to even make a stripe. Wow.
Okay, he called the 4, made it.
Yep.
Now we've got 7 in the corner, and he's going to bump the 1-2. Probably just roll it into the 2, and he'll have 5. Yeah, there we go. Oh, a little bit overcut.
Yep. He didn't leave anything easy here.
Can he skin the 13 to
make
free it
that
open
ball.
and make the 7?
Yeah.
Okay, he just played to make it.
Yeah, he did. He got that 5 involved, though, so that might affect him later. And I don't know if we can see the 9. I don't know if the 11 goes by the 5 for 1.
Looks like he could see the 9.
See the 9, and if the 11 goes by the 5, you can shoot the 11 in the corner and then put the 14 in the side, or the, what is that ball there? I don't know what that one is.
I think he tried to hold for the 10, but he got on the 14 instead.
Yep.
No hesitation here. This was 5 seconds after he shot.
Wow.
So he's just going to rock and roll here.
Went into those balls.
Yeah. Now the 12 goes in the side. He's just got a back cut. He's going to lose his control of his cue ball because it'll run into the 11. He's got to do a little bit of hope here.
Hoping to push it to the corner.
Okay.
He got on.
He's got on the side.
Well, and I think what is that ball up there? It
15.
goes past the 7, you know.
Yeah. Maybe.
When do you shoot that?
Yeah, good question. Might have to go.
Shooting the 11 now.
He might have to make that 15 his key ball. Uh-oh. That's 6.
Balls running. I think he's in trouble here.
Now he could just play safe and push the 10 onto the 6 or towards the 6 and just play behind the 10. But that 7 ball, well, he'd have the 1-7 combo if he left in the combo. You know, like try to push the cue ball forward.
Yeah.
But Gary's gonna have a shot here.
Yeah, you did your shot.
Gary's got the 3 ball on the side, or the 5.
5. Yep.
The 5 stop shot. He's got 1, 3, 2, 7. I mean, that probably is the shot because it's easy shape if he just plays a stop shot. I'm not sure.
Might
he
have been
didn't-
playing
yeah,
safe there.
I think
I'm going to
so.
go back to the other
Yeah.
view. Is that okay?
That's fine.
It did look like he was probably playing safe. Now he moved his ball. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would have liked it to come off that end bottom rail a little bit to put a little more pressure on Gary, but is he going to try and go to the 6 here?
Yeah, nice shot, but he doesn't have
Well, he's
shape.
got 7. That was the right time to do it because
Yeah.
he had the 7 as an insurance ball up there. So Gary, I'm going to call him Gambling Gary. He went right into that ball. It was a good shot. I'll see if he can execute the run out. This is a touchy shot right here. Just because the table's so fast.
Look at it keep going.
Yeah, it's just made it a touchy shot.
Now you can go 5-2, 3-6.
Yeah, right. He might go 6-2, 3-8.
Yeah, I like that better because the 3 to the 8 goes to the other corner.
Yeah. Now this is probably the key ball right here. Stay down on this. He's close to the rail. Hit it nice.
Wasting no time.
No, but he's got a funny angle here again.
Yep, he's got, but I think the 8 goes by though, either side.
I think you're right.
Uh-oh.
Look at that. Look at that touch.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that out. Nice out, Gary. He took that first shot and went into the 6th and made it pay off.
Yeah. So as a little review here, again, this is a 599 and under. We're in the final 4. And we got 3-3. Race to 11. It was a single elimination tournament. It was a hefty entry fee, $265. So you've got live stream pressure, you've got financial pressure. This is becoming the part of the tournament where people get a little bit of adrenaline pumping.
Well, and the nice thing is they're all in the money, but now we're going for more money.
Yes.
You know, so this is probably, in terms of dollars, this is probably a pretty good match.
Yeah, hundreds versus thousands.
Yeah, right, right. Now we're going to go back to the second ball break, and I like the way he's hitting the second ball break here. Let's see if he can do it again. He gets him spread pretty good, but I think he might have came up dry too.
Yeah, and didn't leave anything but a 6-ball bank.
Yeah, you're going to bank that? I mean, if you bank that, the solids look pretty nice.
I'm banking it because it's off the rail an inch, and I think it's a hanger. I really do. Just straight follow. Cut
It's a
the
hanger
ball
for
in.
Mike Pankow, not for Brian Brecky.
There is no such thing as a hanger in banks. If I talk too much smack about this shot, I'll miss it next time I'm shooting. So I will not say anything.
But it does. I mean,
Yeah.
if you had to shoot a bank, this is the one you'd want, right?
Yeah. Yep. This is
So I
the
agree
exact
with you.
same shot in the side too. Those are the 2 easiest shots for banks.
And there really isn't any trouble balls beyond this, so this is a big shot in this rack.
Just straight cut the ball in half and go forward with it. Nice shot.
No.
Okay, that 5, I think he can still make it.
And he froze up on that ball.
Oh my goodness.
He froze up on the stripe. This looked like the first rack where he froze on that ball. And he's gotten 0 shots here. That is hard to believe.
He can just accept. He's
He's
trying
going
to
to bank
play
the
it.
one. He's going to bank the
I'm
one.
playing safe here, but he
Maybe
could
he's
tuck
playing
him.
safe too.
He's covering a hole with it.
That was tough luck.
Yeah,
Just
it
froze
really
to that
was.
ball. He had no shot.
Now Gary's got a little bit of a predicament with this 13 ball that's tucked up on the rail above the 5 in the side.
He might bank it right here. That 9 ball goes in the corner, so he doesn't need to bank that ball. This is the right shot. He's going right over there. Oh, he made the 5.
Okay.
Now Now he's trying to figure out if that 9 goes in the side, past the 8. If he can make a good hit on the 9 and make it in the side.
The 14's a problem though too.
He might go to that 14 right now.
Yeah, shoot that side pocket shot.
Yeah. With his MO, I can see him going right into that right now. That's what he did. Nice shot.
Well done.
To me, this means the 9 goes in the side, if he shot it that way.
That 13 is still scaring me.
It is, because it doesn't go past the 7. You're probably right. But he's going. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to draw into it. Oh,
Okay.
Scratched. So which end of the table do you start on this here, Mike? Do you start on the lower end?
Well, see the 8 ball right now, I believe is closer to the center, right? That 4 is the one closer to the spot.
Mm-hmm.
The 4 and the 1, I do not like those, saving those for last. I like getting rid of them. I like getting rid of, I call that being underwater. Anything under the 8 ball, you could drown easy if you don't get perfect.
Plus the 4 doesn't go past the 1. So,
Yeah, so.
I think you really want to go to the, is that the 7?
A 7 you got to solve.
Yeah. You want to get to the 7 here.
Center table.
It's
He
running
keeps
again.
going.
It's running.
He can make this though.
Yeah. And that's the shot.
And then 2, 3.
Yeah.
Or
Or 3-2. Either way, but I think the 7 is the first shot.
he doesn't like the 7 right now. I think he's shooting this 3 and he's going to, oh, yeah, he's got it. Okay. He had me worried. No.
I mean, I can see where you'd say, do I really want to shoot this ball? But it is the right ball.
Yep, he hit it good.
The cue ball keeps running. Gave him a good angle.
Now, I would think about
He
this.
doesn't want to
what
get straight.
angle-
He doesn't
yeah,
want to get straight.
yeah, he's getting straight. But he
He
can
got
go
the back
forward.
angle.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's running again, but no, he's good.
Yep. I was hesitant there because a lot of times when I start speeding up at the end of the rack thinking I got it tic-tac-toe, that's when I make my little silly errors.
And Andy said that in the past too. He said when he messes up, it's kind of like he takes it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a good pattern. I like the pattern that he shot there to get out.
Yeah, 4-3 now, Andy. And Andy's wearing a knee brace. He had some surgery a month or 2 ago. 4-3, Andy's up 4-3.
Oh, you can't.
Oh, you can't. Okay, you're correct about that. You guys can't see the score. We can.
Sorry about that.
We were just informed.
Yes.
So I'm trying to find. See, the problem is, guys, if I start playing around with this, right before Dave left, he didn't keep the score up onto the screen of the video. So I gotta somehow figure out how to zoom out so they can see the digital one.
Or we'll have to keep you updated. He's going to go second ball break. He changed his break. I wish he would not have done that because he's hitting him so well from the other break.
I think frustration set in, even though he's up 4-3.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep people abreast of the score.
Yep.
And Dave will be back.
Yep, he will.
You never know; he might be listening. So
Yeah. Maybe he'll call, maybe he'll text and say, "Oh wait, maybe someone did."
exactly.
You have to be in the setback view through the room view. You click on it. Okay. Dave did send me an answer, but I gotta figure it out.
I'll let Mike try and figure that out. So Gary went for solids there, and Andy's trying to figure out if the 8 goes in the side to start with here. And the stripes are fairly open. I mean, he's got to get on those two balls on the upper part of the table. But I think that's doable. I like what he did there. He's playing shape on those two balls in the center of the table because they're hard to get on. You want to clear those as soon as you can. They're just kind of floating out in space. So, but he did get a funny angle on the 11. He feels like he might run into the 5. So he's probably hesitant to shoot that ball. So he might go back and shoot the 9 here. Play those two stripes in the upper right-hand corner also. So he's going back to the 9. And let's see if he's going to shoot that in the upper right now. Kind of changed his plan, which is a good idea, I think. He might have to stun this in to move the cue ball on a different path. I don't know if he's got the roll angle. Let's find out. Overcut it just a little bit. Gary's got an opportunity here. These balls are pretty open.
Nope. Okay. It's 4-3, Andy. I was trying to click on something there. I clicked on the I next to browser. That didn't work for the score, but Dave's trying to help me remotely. He'll be here soon. It's 4-3, Andy.
I think Gary wants to shoot that 1, but he does not want to mess up that 8 ball. And is that the 5 ball there by the 8?
Yeah.
He came out okay. Now he can cut the 3 in. I just played safe.
Nice. He commits to those safeties within seconds.
Quick, yeah. He knows what he wants to do. And he put him in a tough spot. There's no jump right up and I'm going to play safe back at you. He's got to figure out what to do here. He's playing the bank on the 11.
This looks good for Gary.
Yeah,
here.
Gary's got to get on the 2. I think that's
5 to the 2 here. Go down to the end rail.
yeah, and come back up. I mean, you got to try and get on the 2. He might shoot the 3 to the 2, which I like. I like the 3 to the 2 to the 6 to the 5, if you can do it. He might have got too thin here, but might be able to cut this in and get on the 6. Or else he'll just make the 5 and draw back for the 6. Oh, the 4 ball there. I get mixed up between the 4 and the 8. Apologize for that. So he's got to deal with the 4 also.
Yeah, he almost wants to use the 5 last, or the 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going after the 2.
He could peel it with a little right English off that stripe that it's going to hit.
He just went at it hard, but now that may really mess up the 4.
So he might have to shoot the 5 now just to get under the 4. He's going to save the 5 though.
Yeah, he's going to shoot the 6 and use the 5 to get under, give himself a little bit of angle on the 5, I guess. And then we'll see if he's trying to shoot the 4 on the side of the corner. He'd probably take either one. That's too fast. This table is fast.
Yeah.
It's crazy how it came off the rail. He actually hit it pretty well, but it bounced hard.
Yep. Yeah, he would have had side pocket or corner shape there.
Yep. He's looking at the bank and the side now.
Watch the hit, ref. Let's see how he hits this, because it just seems like he's got to point his cue towards the end rail where you break. Like right there, if he jacks up and just pounds this.
Yeah.
Should be a good hit if he comes at that angle.
I think he's decided not to do it. I think he doesn't like the angle. He's playing safe instead, I think. Well, he tried to cut it in the side.
Oh.
He scratched. He almost cut that in the side, actually.
Well, let's see how Andy's confidence is now at this stage of the match. See if he can run out tic-tac-toe here.
Yeah.
He's taking the tough one first, which is on the side rail, the 14 ball. What do you think?
I like that.
What's the order you like?
I like that. I wish I could see the colors, because then I could say I like the one by the upper right next, and just
15?
come out to the 11.
Or 12, whatever that is.
Yeah. And then just
15.
15 to the 11, and the 13 for the last ball.
Yep.
Came up off the rail, perfect angle. Now he just needs to draw down to the 8 ball. Give himself a nice easy shot. Good shot. Again, let's see if he stays down on this ball like he's been doing all night. Again,
Nice.
his form's good.
Yep.
He's really staying down on the ball nice. You can tell how comfortable someone is by how they're staying with the shot, and Andy is really staying with the shot. He's not, his stroke looks nice and calm, and he's staying still. And he's got a 5-3 lead. So Andy is ahead 5-3. It's Andy, Schlosser, and Gary Neudecker. You probably can't even see who's playing.
Yep.
So Andy just won that game, and he's breaking against Gary Neudecker, and he had 5-3.
And I apologize, you guys. Dave has tried to coach me through how to get it. He hit a few screens on me because he didn't want me zooming in and out. So I can't figure it out, and I'm not going to gamble on trying. It's 5-3, Andy. Thank you. I just turned on the live stream, by the way. I see all the chat. You guys are trying to let us know, but also thanks for the birthday wishes, Soren. That was nice of you, Mr. Pancake. Yeah. Okay, we got a little cluster on the left side.
Andy went to the second ball break again, so this time it worked better. I mean, I like stripes. If he can make that 15 in the side, if that is the 15. Again, I'm color challenged here on these stripes. But if he can spin that ball on the side, it doesn't look like he feels like he can make that. I feel like it's one of those little spinners. You can spin that on the side.
You talking about the 15 right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he could make that.
Because that's really the only shot he has if he wants stripes. So now he's deciding to go solids. 2 in the side.
Oh, the 9 in the corner?
2 in the side.
Oh, 2 in the side, okay.
Hit it good.
Stroke.
He's hitting the ball nice. So he decided that because it was hard to make that 15, he went solids. Now again, this is a ball you got to hit well if you're going to shoot the 5, because there's a lot of traffic there. So he's got to either hit that gap so you get to the 7, which is hard to do. He's got, especially if he's got a pretty good angle here. The other thing you could do is he could draw this ball pretty hard. Again, I don't see the angle, but and try and go into the 15 and get a shot on the 1 or the 7. But again, I don't see the angle.
Looks like
Or
he's
he can
going to
play
duck.
safe, yeah.
He's going to go to the end rail with his cue ball like a one pocket shot. Graze this. The problem is that 3 might touch the 11 down to the end rail and give him shape on the 11. Watch out, 11 ball. Okay, he's fine. Nice shot.
Yeah, live to fight another day here. And Gary doesn't have much, so that was a good shot. That's the problem for me, to try and calm down and go ahead and play safe there. I want to run out. When I see that, but this is a good shot. This makes it tough on Gary. Now, if he could stab this jack up and just draw it straight back to the end rail again, leave Andrew with the same shot.
The only thing about doing that is Andy will have a nice, easy 1 ball safety.
True. You're right. Yep. Although that 14 protects him from that a little bit.
Yep, you're right. I'm thinking of tucking him on the 4-7 after, if he was right there afterwards, let's say.
I see. Yep. He's actually going to kick at this ball, try and get the cue ball way up table. Nice shot.
Well done.
That's a very nice shot. Yeah, he put Annie in some trouble here now. Just a nice return.
Are you going to roll in this 5? Into the upper.
He's
or
rolling
bottom,
the 7,
bottom
I
right
think.
corner?
He's just playing safe.
Yeah,
I
he just wanted to be under the 11 again.
Yeah, he might have left the 14 here.
I think he did. He caught that 1-2 full, and it stopped the cue ball from coming to the end rail.
Yep. But there's no guarantees, even if you make the 14, of getting out here. But he's got a chance. This is kind of a big game for Gary. I mean, he's down 5-3. 6-3 starts to feel like you're getting down a little bit, even though it's a long race. He really I'm sure he would like to keep this close. He's got to deal with that 7. And there's really not a good way to deal with that 7, I don't see. Do you duck here rather than keep trying to go?
I think so. Well,
Because I think if you can get the cue ball on the end rail again, I don't know. I mean, if you shoot the 3 or the 1, I just feel like you're just getting rid of one of your soldiers. Because I don't know that there's a lot of future here.
well, he can't dig into this enough to make it and break these out.
Right.
So you're right. I think if he could carve the edge of the 4 and bring the cue ball back into the 4-7 off the rail with a little softy.
Oh, that's the 4. Gosh, sorry. I keep getting them out.
Yeah, the 8's in the middle. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I really don't think he wants to shoot the 1. I'm trying to think if he could clip the 4 and come back with the cue ball in between the 4 and 7.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
He solved his problem a little bit too for the next inning.
Yep. Got one of his balls clear. Got trouble with the other one, but And Gary's trying to figure out how he can play safe on this. The problem is the one is kind of bankable there, so going to the end rail with the cue ball is not the best. And he's gotten lefty right there. He shot lefty.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now that 7 ball, if he can solve the 7 ball, if it goes by, do you think that goes by there?
Gosh, I don't know.
It might, off the rail first. Go rail into the, if you meet the rail right at the 15.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got to shoot it now, don't you think?
Let's go back to the other angle once. I'm
Okay.
curious. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, if you hit the rail and then skim the 15, is that the 15?
Yep.
You're right, it will go in. But what's he going to go with the cue ball if he does that?
I'm drawing right into the stripe next to the 7 just to stop it.
Yeah.
And then you got another tough shot.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Or just shoot the 1 right now and hang it in the hole and play safe. He was trying to play safe. I don't know if he was trying to make the
I
15.
think he was.
Yeah.
I think you're right. There's nothing guaranteed here for Gary either. He's got some trouble to deal with. He went lefty again.
And if you guys are wondering, it's 5-3 Andy still.
And Gary's shooting now.
Yep. Okay, now do you shoot the 7 in? Play the combo on the 7 ball
Yeah,
and play
and try
safe?
and get the cue ball behind the 9 ball.
Yeah. Oh, he's looking at an out still.
Yeah, he is. He's looking to run out. I do like just shooting a 7 in though.
Okay, now Andrew, the balls are ready. Andrew should be able to do something here. The 4 isn't easy. He's got to go 1. I think the 1 might be the shot now, just so the 4 has a hole. Try to get on both the 4 and the 7 here. Go.
Yeah, draw this back.
Yeah,
Try and get the cue ball center table.
almost to where it is now,
Yeah.
but not that. Don't gamble by going by that far back.
But yeah, if he can draw this back to center table, I like it. Because even if he has a cut on the 4 after he draws it to center table, he can stop on those 2 stripes and shoot the 7 in the corner and the 9 in the side.
Yep.
So I think he's gonna have to hit this one well. That's exactly where he was going. But man, you're just off just a little bit on your draw stroke, and it can go high wire and quick. But he's got a combo here. I think he'll shoot this combo, or just go on the side. Does that 4 ball go on the side?
Watch the hit.
Gary's up there.
Yeah.
Oh, you want somebody?
coming.
They're coming for you. They're coming for Mike, I think.
Well, we'll see. I'll film it.
Maybe there'll be somebody. Maybe there'll be someone else out there that's calling this hit. I think.
You want me to watch the hit?
Yeah.
Want me to film it?
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to. I think it's close, but.
All right, you go ahead and call.
Yeah, Andy wants to shoot this 4 in the side. So Mike's gonna go out there and film it with his phone, so we can do a slow-mo replay. There's Mike, birthday boy. Let's see if you can. Oh, he was shooting he couldn't quite make it. It was a good hit, obviously. That was a good save, though, because he just drew that ball back and put him behind the 11 with not a real good shot. So the birthday boy's back, and there wasn't any controversy, so that was good.
Yeah. I filmed it, and it looked pretty easy, but you know,
Yeah,
for an important shot, you might as well check.
right. With that 7 ball right in front of the pocket, Gary's got to come up with something here. And it's not easy playing safe.
Well, thanks.
What a shot.
Steve said, great job with the commentary. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it. I wish we had the graphics up there to tell you that it's 5-3 Andy. Dave, I know that he's been like a chicken with his head cut off today. He came in here, set it up, and walked out without clicking that last button. No big deal. These guys will probably be mad when they go to look at it later and not know which score is. But it's 5-3 Andy.
Gary really wants to get the 7 down because and hook him on the 4 ball. And he did it. What a shot. He shot inside check English to hold the cue ball behind the 8. That was a great shot. Really, really nice shot. Now Andy's going to have to come with the jump. He's going to try and jump over this 8, shoot the 4 in the lower left corner. He took off his extension on the jump cue, so he's going with the shorter version of it. These are hard to aim, especially when they're out in space in the middle of the table. They're really hard to aim.
Yeah, I'm kicking this ball.
Are you?
Yeah,
Trying to kick in the side?
I'm purely playing my cue ball.
He's doing the dart jump.
Yeah.
He came kind of close, and look, he left him tough.
The combo is all he's got.
He left him tough.
Or a kick.
He's going to play safe. I think he's going to play safe. He's going to use that orange stripe up by the right corner there, I think, and play safe. Or he's going to play safe on the 11. Rail first.
Yeah, I like bunting the 9 and tucking him behind the 11. He leaked it out.
Yeah, he did. That was easy to leak. So Andy's going to have to put a good stroke on this because he's got to come across to shoot the 8 in the upper right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, watch his follow through here. This is a high execution shot.
He just
Nice
rolled it.
shot.
Yeah, nice shot.
He just played to cinch it, and now he's going to do the same thing with the 8 ball. No sense in pounding this. Just play a nice rolling stroke like he just did. He drew
Just
it, though.
staying so still.
Wow, that was a nice
Staying
stroke.
really still. That's how I would have shot it. I would have just pounded it in or tried to pound it in. I'm not saying I would have made it.
Yeah.
That was a big game, though. Takes him to 6-3. And those were two missable balls.
Yeah.
And he put them right in the middle of the pocket. So
I think that's the button. If the browser, the eye. I'm trying to figure out the score, guys. It's 6-3 Andy, but I can't figure out how to get the graphic on there. There's this button I just clicked, but I think I have to zoom out in order to see it. Oh well.
Dave's probably like, you guys are idiots.
Yeah.
It's really easy.
Yeah.
But apparently we are. We don't know what to do. Andy's going with the second ball break again. He
Todd.
hits a hard second ball break. I
Todd
like it.
on the chat, you just asked to post the score. We don't know how. We're not the tech folks, and I could sit here and guess. I have been actually for the last 10, 15 minutes, and I'm starting to lose my mind. So I'm going to stop. It's 6-3 Andy. Dave will be here soon by the time the match is over probably, and to fix the score for us so we can see it.
Sorry about that. So that was an Andy break, and now Gary, if you're not familiar with the players, Gary's the one shooting now, and he's down 6-3.
Okay, he's gone with solids, but that 3 ball is tough.
It is tough.
He's going to have to use that 2 to get to it. Now, he could play the 2, not right now, but eventually when he gets down there for the 4 ball, 4 to the 2.
It's getting hard already. I don't know if the 9, if the 1 goes past the 9. Looks like it does. He's shooting it. Yep, it does. Nice
no
shot.
No problem.
See, the cue ball just runs tonight.
Mm-hmm.
The cue ball is running, so he wanted to get on that 2 on that, I think. And so now he's in some trouble because even if he makes the 6, he really doesn't have a way to make the 2 and break out the 3.
Yeah, this is a crucial game for Gary on a race to 11. If he goes down 7-3, that's a tall order.
It is. Now Andy can put the screws on him here. He's going to have to be patient, I think, and come up with with the right way to break his stripe off of that 3.
If he wanted to get out, he could shoot the 13 and use the 15 or the 12 to the 15 later. So I don't know how he's going to solve this.
He's going to have to use the 11
Okay.
in the side to break that ball out. But he's going to have to, that's what he's looking at there. He's got to get the right angle on that 11 to get to break that ball out.
So the 9 ball, if he can get a stop shot on the 9 or a little subtle draw off the 9.
Yeah. But the more balls you make, the more trouble you put yourself in if you go for that break and you don't come up with a shot. So he'd like to get on that break angle sooner rather than later. There might not be a good way to do it. Because I think he's going to shoot the 10, and then he's looking at the stripe on the side, the orange stripe, and then go on to the 11.
Yeah, 10, 13, 9, 11, 15. He's waiting too long for that, though. That's what scares me.
Yeah, I think he feels committed now, and that's what he's got to do. So now when you shoot the 11 last, you got to get shape on that ball you're breaking out. Mm-hmm. And most of the time it doesn't happen. Or you do a controlled break, a break out of that ball where you really try and control where the ball goes when you break it up.
He did pretty good there.
Yep.
That's a pretty good spot.
There he goes. See if he gets a shot.
Okay. He can at least follow behind this if he wants to get out, play the bank shot on the 9 right now if he doesn't want to.
I always feel like these balls are hard to follow in when they're so close together. Mm-hmm. I feel like you don't get the forward roll on the stripe to go in off to the 3.
Right, the English isn't taking yet.
Yeah, so if you're less than a diamond away from that 3, I feel like it's really hard to follow it in, at least in my personal experience. So you could try and make that ball and just leave it right in the pocket. I don't know where he's going to play safe, though, with the cue ball.
He could try to bring the cue ball up on the 2. Pocket the 3 and just bring it up onto the 2, because then that's his only chance. Is all these solids are right here, so
right,
the 8 is further up the table. Did they? I think they switched the balls because it used to be the pink 4. I think they switched the balls. That's why we're struggling with the 4 ball and the 8 ball. They look a lot alike today.
They really do. It probably looks better on your home screen than what we're looking at. Yeah, he's really trying to figure out if he can make that 3 and just put the cue ball in a tough spot to make the 2. Yeah, he tried to just get right to the rail. That was good speed. I mean, he left him in a tough spot here.
Mm-hmm. He's all tripled up now. He could back cut this 2. I think he's gonna back cut the 2. And watch out, cue ball. It's gonna go 2 rails after he makes the 2. The cue ball is gonna go 2 rails close to the side pocket.
He had a nice shot.
What? Okay.
He's got a shot too.
Well, he put the 8 in a little more awkward
You
spot.
shoot the 4 here?
I,
You shooting the 6?
looks like the 6 and then to the side rail, but he could bump this 9.
Oh, he just drew it back. He was pretty straight. He got a great angle on the 4 here.
Perfect.
Too hard.
Yep.
Table's fast.
He
It stopped in
he
time.
can make it.
Yeah, he could stop in time. I thought it was going to run a little further even. Gary.
Nice shot, Gary. Okay,
was
that
a
puts him
big
back
game.
in the game.
That was a
6-4.
big game. He likes looking at 6-4 a lot better than 7-3.
Yeah, so if you guys want to know what we're looking at, we're actually keeping score on a separate screen. It's just not showing up on the pool screen. So it's 6-4, Andrew. Race to 11. Dave will probably roll in right now. I just heard the door slam. It could have been him.
He's like, let me in here.
Yeah.
We'll fix this. So Gary's the break in here. And he's been breaking second ball, and I really liking his second ball break. He's hitting him with some speed, and he's getting a good spread. But again, this is one of those that happened like the first rack where he's got a lot of balls bunched up on the right side there.
And when I'm not breaking well and it's a long race, I sometimes do the second ball just to create clusters, just to make long games or slow it down.
Yeah.
If I'm playing some monster that runs out from everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you just need to slow the game down a
Yeah,
little.
right.
It's kind of like when I play my wife's Scrabble, I'll find a 3-letter word that blocks all of her opportunities.
That's an awful thing to do to your wife.
Well, she wins anyway.
Yeah.
She's breaking 300 every time.
I have no chance to beat my wife in Scrabble, so I hear you. These actually came out okay because he's got the combo.
Yeah, that first shot did a lot.
Yeah,
if
it
he
did.
can make that combo here after this shot, he's in business.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's a
he's
little bit of
calling
an
it.
off angle, but let's see if he can put it in. The angle got a little rough here because I don't know where he's going with the cue ball if he makes it. Because I don't think the 13 will pass that 7. It's hard to tell.
I think he can make this no problem. Yep.
I just feel like now he's in trouble.
He's got to play that one to the upper right corner,
Yeah.
doesn't he?
Yeah.
And can he draw underneath for shape on the 13? Boy, now it's like he's the route's scary as choosing. He's coming down to the last few balls every time, and
Yeah.
but they're all turning into Hail Marys.
And it's just a tough shot, that
Yep.
shot in the corner. He blocked that pocket for the 4, so I mean that's his kind of a saving grace. But
Yeah, and it looks like the 8 ball's the one sitting inside here.
yeah,
So that 3 ball's a problem.
3 balls a problem, 4 balls a problem, 2 balls, 6 ball. There are a lot of problems here.
Yeah. Feel like this is our 9-ball game tonight.
Exactly. Although he can shoot the 5 and get on the 6, I guess. So those aren't as big of a deal, but then the 2 is still a problem. Yeah, we had a lot of problem balls in that 9-ball game today.
Yeah. Our first game, we took 20 minutes to play, and we both launched a cue ball in hand off the table.
We did. It wasn't pretty.
Okay, he's solving it right now with a stop shot, too.
Just playing safe.
Nice.
Oh, he might have left the ball.
He might have drifted forward enough to leave a tiny gap between the 4 and the rail.
I think he can, gosh, a little jump shot.
Even a kick shot to the side rail, to the left side rail by the middle diamond, because I don't think that 3 is in the way. Oh, it is. He'd have to spin with right English if he kicked by the top of the 3. Okay, he's just playing for a hit. Oh, I wish he called that, did he? I don't think he did. He's smiling.
So now, Andy can get to a spot where he can make that stripe and hook him, hook the 13, and then Gary's in a big problem.
Yeah, if he can shoot the 4
I really like
into his stripe and combo that in eventually.
Yep. I like shooting the 1, the 5, and then the 4 into the stripe and hook him behind the 6 and 2. So 1, 5, 4 into the stripe. We'll see if that's what he does.
I don't think he got the right angle for that.
Yeah, he went a little far.
Yeah, let's see from the upper view. I think he's got his cue ball will travel if he plays this 5,
You're right.
because that 2 ball becomes huge.
Yeah, it does.
He's trying to hold it, and he did, but now he tied those 2 up. So it might be his advantage to shoot the 6 right now just to get rid of it. That and then the cue ball goes in a weird spot.
He's going to
gotta
just
shoot
pocket
before.
that ball.
Yep. Good thinking. Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, he's good.
Now, does Gary two-rail kick behind this, or does he jump, launch over, and try to just get a good hit out of it? Because there's no pocket to shoot at.
There really isn't.
I'm two-rail kicking it because it's a bigger ball when you two-rail kick, and your cue ball at least will stay on the table.
He's going to get his jump cue, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if he feels like he has a jump bank. If you can clear the 6 and bank the 13 in the upper left-hand corner, that'd be a crowd pleaser.
Well, that will go on the highlight reel we were talking about.
Right.
If you can jump bank this, I'm impressed. Because the unintentional English that I'm putting on a ball jumping this shot is going to be enormous.
Yeah, you got to hit it pure. You really do.
That's a full ball he's jumping too. And it'll probably land right before the 6 and hop again. So this is it's gonna jump off the table twice. Over the 3 and then jump again, and let's see how fully hits the 13. You see what I mean? It might be catching the top of the 13 on the second hop.
Yeah. He didn't get over the 3.
No.
It's a tough shot. And he broke everything up for Andy. So
Yeah.
Andy likes this. Now you got to figure out what you're shooting. I get rid of the 7 myself and then go from there.
Yeah, the 7, 3, 6, I almost want to just get rid of those and save the 2, because the 2 you can get shape anywhere.
Yeah, right. I think it's just once the 7's down, you should be out. So I think he's picking the right ball here.
I'd like the 6 first. I like the 6 then the 7, but that's just me.
I like just like having a ball in hand on that 7.
Yeah.
Just like to make it just simple.
That's true. I probably would reconsider. Stop, 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 stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were right. Oh, he didn't like the shape he got. He moved one
he came
ball
back
back.
a little bit. Yeah, he's got to shoot the 6 in the side, which is fine.
He really could have gone in any order there.
Yeah, he could have. I think just
That 7 was
get the 7,
important.
get rid of the 7.
Nice out, Andy. So we're gonna have 7-4. Race to 11.
Gets it backed up to 3-game lead again, so he's got a little cushion here. He likes that, and he has went to the second ball break the last 4 or 5 times. So I'm thinking he's gonna second ball break this again.
Yeah, I agree with your last comment there, Ryan. We all play different, and it's fun. I actually learn more by commentating than playing. I go home and I watch it again sometimes, because it's amazing how you think. And then when I'm here talking to Brecky, and he'll say something, and he sees it maybe quicker, and then all of a sudden, oh, okay. And that's what happens. We go down a rabbit hole sometimes with our thought. Nice break.
He went back to the head ball break.
Yep.
Made a ball.
Maybe he was listening to you.
Yeah, I like he hits him so well. But I'm stubborn. I like the head ball break. So
Yeah.
that's just my personal preference. Probably because I'm terrible at the second ball break. He likes solids. He's seeing the 7 right off the bat here. Boy, he's gonna get on the 1. He gets on the 1 right. He's in a good position.
Looks like it's a good hit too.
Yeah, I think so too.
There's no need for worrying about a ref. He's wondering how to get on this 5, so he's going to drift up about 2 balls, I think. The score is 7-4. Andrew.
So Andrew's going to stun this. Now watch, he's staying real still tonight. Let's see this stroke. Look at that, just still.
Yep.
It's looking good. Now he just doesn't want to put this 4 on those 2 stripes. So do you roll this in so you don't move the 4 much? Or maybe he's shooting the 4. Yeah, he's shooting the 4 first.
You thought he was shooting the 2, right?
I did.
I did too, because he was perfect on it. And that's a ball that is tough to get perfect on later.
Yeah, he got a funny angle here.
Yeah.
Because he would like to come out a few more inches.
Can he see the 3? He can't see the 3, so he has to shoot the 2 here.
So either roll up to the end rail or you shoot slow roll. He's slow rolling it. And he
Yeah.
hit it great.
And he's got the 6-3-8. Stop. Good job getting it off the rail. Those are little details. That's from him playing a lot. He's really playing the little minor stuff perfectly.
Yeah, he
here.
is. Now he's go forward.
Watch out. He's got to back cut this
Gotta
now.
back cut
This
this.
humidity here, I'm not going to jinx him. These pockets are not as easy as they look.
He's seeing things well.
Yep.
Oh, yep.
I
That's the
jinxed
back
him.
cut.
I shouldn't have said anything, but that, I mean, frankly, that's what the shape that I was worried about is if you have to back cut anything on
You're
this.
right. Yeah. Andy's upset about that one. He's feeling real good, so he's got to stick with his game. Feels like he should have made it.
Yeah. Now Gary is right back in this. He runs out here at 7-5, so looks like stop shot on the 11 here. Or
Yeah.
Do you go ahead and get rid of the 14 since it's center table?
I shoot the 11.
Yeah.
I shoot the 11 and then
The
either
9?
draw back for the 14 or the 9. I almost like coming back a couple inches. I think
Yeah.
he was trying to do that.
Yep, and then he resorts to the 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now he could drift up for the 13 and play the 14 last?
Right.
Or do you stun up for the 14 now?
I think you shoot. I think you do what you said. I think you
Roll
go to the 13 second. Yeah, you went 2 rails for the 13. That's
Yeah.
a good angle.
Now this is all speed. Let's see if he gets on the side pocket or corner here. Side pocket,
Yeah.
nice shot.
Now you got a weird angle again. So do you go 3 rails around?
He's not even thinking about it. Yes.
You went 2 rails. Now let's see if he can
Now
stay with this shot and put
this
it
ball, I like to roll it. If you
Okay.
pound this,
in. You can miss it.
oh,
he hit it?
that's what I mean.
Yeah, it was questionable, but he got it down.
Yeah.
So it makes it 7-5.
7-5 here, guys. Race
Big-
to 11.
Big one for Gary. He was looking at an 8-4 deficit, and now he's 7-5. So he probably feels like he has a new life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing the psychology of the situation because, Andy's playing great, but he's probably sitting over there going, God, how did I miss that 8?
Yeah.
But he's playing great, so he's hopefully can just shake that off and
Right.
move forward. But it's funny when you're sitting in the chair, you can start to have some wild thoughts going on in your head.
Well, and we're about a game or 2 away from Andy. If Andy wins this game or next, he's going to start thinking about winning.
Yeah.
Or will he start thinking about winning? Because some
Right.
people, your game will get a little tighter. You'll start trying to close the deal, and it's hard.
Yep. He may have only left the 2 here, or
one-
the 11.
The 1-7 are trapped. If he goes solids.
Yeah, and that 11 ball is a hard ball to make, but that might be the shot to shoot.
Yeah, I might shoot the 11 firm and go 2 rails all the way down and run into the 7.
Yeah, he's shooting the 2.
Oh, he tried to.
He tried to. Now he can
He's like-
reset. Maybe he'll change his mind. He kind of smiled.
Yeah.
He was like, maybe he did that on purpose.
Yeah,
He
maybe.
might have just went like
Yeah,
that, going, I can't shoot this. Oh, he's chalking up. That would be really funny if he changed his mind here.
Composed himself there. I think he did have a little hiccup and he
Yeah.
backed off and composed himself. Okay, he's gonna cover the hole. So we don't have any established yet. It's table's open, right?
Table is open, and Gary's coming to the table. And Gary's down 7-5.
Wall Doggy, sorry, we don't have the score on the screen right now because the person who set it up, I'm not going to name any names, Dave O'Keefe, he didn't click that last menu, and I can't figure it out. We can't figure it out. And if I keep clicking buttons, I will mess something up. So I'm going to just wait for him. But it's 7-5, Andy. Okay, table's still open.
If I start clicking buttons, we'll lose the whole live stream.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to click anything. Yeah, it's an interesting situation where we're on the third inning now, and we still haven't established a grouping.
No. And what's even more interesting is it's only 7:52. We're not even 2 hours into this match, and we're more than half over. So
I really like stripes. So I really like stripes because I think the 14 goes in the lower right. The 9 and the, I don't know if that's the, what's next to the 9, those two balls. I feel like you can open those up somehow.
The 9:15 or 9:12, whatever that is.
Yeah, whatever that is there.
9:10.
9-10, yep.
9-10-15 combo lines up too.
Yeah. I feel like you, even if you have to shoot the hanger, you shoot the hanger to get the stripes. It's that important. And that's what he did. He shot the hanger because I think stripes were the grouping he wanted. Now what's he doing? Playing
Safe. And this is part of his MO in this tournament. He's just been playing real patient and deliberate and thinking his way through. So stick with what got you here. And Gary, if I know Gary, he's going to stick with what got him here, which is he's going to run this out. He's going to shoot the 5 ball. And he's got the 3 next.
He knocked it in. He might go 4 here.
I like the 2 because it's if
he's
going to run out.
If
Yeah.
he's got it. I think he was trying to go off that ball.
Yeah.
Or he might have turned. He might have been. I don't know which one he was doing. He could have tried to spin that, or he might have been going off the stripe.
Well, his good fortune there left those 2 tied up. Now, he's just gonna duck.
Yeah, that's a good shot. That is a good shot. He would have loved to have frozen on that 10 though.
Yeah.
To really take all of the kick shots away.
And I know it sounds a little funny for people watching out there. I would not have made that ball. I would have hung it. And just one more insurance ball for later.
Boy, it pays to hit. It pays to hit the ball.
Yeah.
He put the 7 ball in front of the 11 from the upper right-hand corner just by hitting the ball. You just don't ever know what happens. So if you can make a good hit.
And that's why I want that hanger that he had before, because now, well, either way, he's going to be all right either way. But I like the hanger there just in case he had to come up with a different shot for the 11 later.
But it's amazing how this game changed. We thought Andy had a huge advantage, but Gary made the hit, and he's still in the game.
Now, is he going to shoot the 6 off the side rail, off the 9, and in the corner? He tried. Oh, he just made it. Jeez. How did that go?
Wow. Yeah. Now he's...
Well, what's he going to do with the 4 ball?
He might just put it right in front of the hole. Or he's just going down after it.
He's going under it right now. No. The 1, does it go by? Let's check.
He's looking at it.
Does that
I think
sneak
it does.
by?
I think it goes by there.
The 4, does that sneak by? The 9.
I don't think the 4 goes by the 9. That one you can kind of see on the other angle better.
So he's banking it.
it.
Yeah, he called the bank.
And you got to play shape on the 2 here.
No problem. Another bank shot on the 3 coming up.
He doesn't like the angle he got, though. He got a tough angle here for the bank. because the cue ball is going to go running if he's banking that 3.
He could shoot the 2 off the rail, off the 9, like I was talking about earlier.
Yep.
But then he wouldn't have easy shape on the 3. How do you get shape on the 3 if you shoot that ball?
Yeah, he's
He's got to shoot the 3 now.
He's in a tough spot here.
Now, if it's me, I see those problems and I say, it's okay to play safe, even though you're going to be an underdog. Oh, he made it, so it did go by.
I don't know how that ball went by.
Well, he did 2 of those now.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It's crazy. So now,
This bank's in the upper or bottom left corner.
left corner.
I don't.
But
think
then
so.
how do you get on the 8?
He
But
called
that's
it.
what he called.
Yeah, he's just going to pound it and
Off the
of
ball.
it. Yeah, he wouldn't have had shape either. Well, he would have if that.
Yeah, he would have had
15.
another
Yeah.
circus shot to shoot. But
Yeah.
all right, Andy's got a good chance here.
I think he tried to shorten it as much as he could, and it just.
It
the
really
humidity
shortened.
Really
yeah,
shortened it.
the balls on the banks are just shortening up.
See what he played a little 2-way there,
Yeah,
so
he
he's
did.
just gonna suffocate Gary here. He could just roll up and play another 2-way here behind the 8 for the 9 ball. Didn't even
He
need
knocked
to.
it right in.
Yeah.
The only thing that can go wrong here is a miscue. And I
Yeah.
don't see that happening.
Well, it could now that you mentioned it.
He did miscue, so now he's good.
Andy's gonna be up 8-5.
It is amazing how huge it is when you miss an 8 ball and then you come back and win the next rack.
Yep.
Because then you can just kind of put it out of your mind.
Yep.
But if you miss
Kid.
an 8 ball and then you lose the next game,
Yep.
now it's really working on you.
Yep. And it
So
looks
now-
like they're gonna take a restroom break. I just saw him take his glove off, and he's
Yep.
having a little breather. It makes sense. They're a little bit more than halfway through the set from a number of games. If they played 21 games, they've already played 13. So we'll just chat a little bit here, review what's going on. It's a 5.99 and under, race to 11, and we're down to the final 4. Gary versus Andrew here, and then next week we've got Brandon versus Robert, and Brandon Brandon told me to pronounce it 4R, like as if 4 and R, so 4R. And then Robert RJ, I think they call him. They both had great matches, so I'm looking forward to that one too.
Hey, Sean, the score is 8-5. Andrew's ahead.
Yeah.
So they're just taking a break.
Sorry, Sean, we didn't. You might be just tuning in. Dave came in, set up the camera, then he had to run to a league match. And then right before he ran to the league match, we had everything set up except we hadn't posted the score up on the screen, and I don't know how. I'm sure it's 2 clicks of a button, but if I click the wrong one, then all of a sudden we got a problem. So I'm just gonna wait. It's 8-5. We'll just keep reminding you guys.
And it's winter break. So Andy took a break and he's going to come back, and he's broken both from the head ball and the side ball. And I don't know, I like his head ball break. He's been smashing them.
Yeah, and it's actually a nice, calm stroke. It's just solid the
Yeah.
way they're connecting.
Yeah.
So you can tell Andy's been practicing all week. He's just comfortable.
Yeah, he just looks settled. So I think it's an uphill battle for Gary from here. Obviously, down 8-5, but you just never know.
And these are the 2 views we get to work with tonight. I can't figure out how to zoom in and zoom out. That's part of the problem with the score. Dave clicked the menu to delete that option because he didn't want me playing
You don't want you
around.
playing around with it.
Yeah, I don't even think he likes me doing this, going back and forth.
Was it up over here that he was doing something?
No, it was, well, it could have been. Yeah, it could have been.
I think he was like, go here once.
start scoring.
Don't do that.
No, I don't do that.
Well, that might bring it up,
It might.
but then we'd have to rescore everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just looking at ways to see if we can get that thing to come up. But
Andrew's back in the arena. That means he's going to break. I'm going to go out and just check the digital score to make sure we're confirmed. Okay? I'll be right back. I just want to make sure we're 8-5.
all right, let's see if Andrew goes back and to the head ball break, and he is. It's about where he puts him when he breaks at the head. Now he's been breaking them really well. So let's see if he does it again. He had another nice break. Let's see if he can get a ball down. He might have came up dry again.
Yeah, imagine if he was putting racks together from the break. I mean,
That was another nice break. Another nice break, and now so
this is wide open for Gary. Gary
Gary's
can get
got a
back in
chance
this match here.
Yeah.
And 3 games is nothing. I mean, it really, even though Andrew's got a lead, it could be changed real quick.
So I think he wants to get that 4 out of there next, because that's the only ball in the lower half of the table. And so you got a little funny angle in the 4. I don't know if you draw back into the stripe so you can shoot the 1.
How are you gonna? What's the last ball you would use to get on the 8 if you're running out here?
Oh, he missed the 4. That's a good question.
Yeah. Okay, that makes it a little more tough when he comes back to the table. That 4 ended up in a funny spot because it's gonna be tough to get on that ball with those stripes in the way.
Yeah. Well, and he may not come back to the table if the ball goes in the side. I don't know if that's the 10 ball.
I like the 13 in the corner here,
And then
coming
the-
over for the 10 in the side.
Yeah. If he can solve that issue, he's got a good chance of getting out. Nice shot.
Now, will you bump these? Will you just go ahead and run into them?
It depends on if the combo's wired.
I think he's gonna bump the 9 and shoot the 14.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good shot.
And
Good
he can
call.
shoot that 12 that he's right over just to get it out of the way so he's not jacked up.
Do you save that for your last ball or not?
I would love to, but you know what I mean? The jacked
Mm-hmm.
up feeling I don't like.
I do. I agree. I hear you. I don't know if I like using that for the last ball anyway, because if you get the wrong side of it, then you're in trouble.
Yeah, then your ball travels, and you don't want it traveling underneath it towards the bottom portion where we break from.
Yeah. As funny as it may sound, I might like the 11 ball with an angle
Yeah.
to get to the 8.
Yeah. Yeah, I like 12, 14, 15, 9, 11.
I got to process that. See if I agree or not. I like how he hit that. He hit
Stayed
it with some
down nice.
speed.
Yeah. You could almost shoot the 12 now.
I
and
would
get the-
shoot the 12 now.
Yeah.
Because I just don't like that ball by the side. He's on it so good. Now he's shooting the 11, so he's doing something different than we would do. So let's see what happens. He's saving that 12 for last, I think. Then it may work out fine.
Well, we'll find out. If he's on that side of it, it's fine. But if he goes on the other side, like right there,
Now he's got to shoot it. And he's got to come up with the right angle on the, what ball is that, Mike?
the 15 ball.
Yeah, he's
So
got to
the-
come up with the right angle on the 15 to get on the 8.
Watch what happens when he slow rolls here. He's going to drift up on this 8 ball, close to the 8 ball, and be jacked up on this. If he tries to baby this, because it's such a steep angle and the way this table runs, he's going to go. You almost want to go by to the side pocket shape for the 15.
Yeah, it's a little bit funny.
Watch how soft he hits this.
And it's
See
still
what I
rolled
mean?
past.
It almost one more inch, that's funny. I kind of
So
like the
can
side.
he cut this in and beat the side and just go one rail back for the 8? Looks
I
like
be-
that's what he's
I
doing.
believe so.
Oh, he missed it.
And he got hooked.
Yep. Now
Or
that's
jacked
the
up.
instance where maybe he shot a little quick.
Definitely.
So
So
he took his time and got through all the key balls, and then the last ball he just
yep.
shot a little quick.
And that, frankly, was the one that demanded the most execution concentration.
Right.
I do that all the time, though, so easier said than done. I mean, we're playing a game, you think you're out, and you just keep going. Gary is going to leave him a shot. It's not a hanger, though.
No, it's not.
No, you just a stop shot here, and he got shape.
Yep. But like you said, it's not a hanger.
No, because he can't roll it. I mean, well, he could roll it, but I think he'll play a stop shot, and those rattle if he touches the side rail.
And
Yeah.
he did.
Dave will be here in 10 minutes, which will be right about when the match is over. No, just kidding. We'll fix the score. It's going to be Gary at the table here trying to make it 8-6. He's down 8-5 right now.
Again, another big game. I mean,
Yep.
8-6 is so different than 9-5 when we're getting here towards the end.
Interesting there that he played the 3.
He just wanted to get this game over with quicker.
Yeah, I think so.
2 in 1 shot.
This is tic-tac-toe. Just roll forward, play the one stop shot in the side. Oh, he got a little angle on it. Now he's got to maybe come to the end rail. Are you going to come to the end rail? Come
I
back up.
would.
Yeah, right back up to center table.
Yeah, he hit it well.
See how it keeps rolling? Nice.
Well, it's not over yet, folks.
No.
It's 8-6, and he still leads. But that feels a lot different than 9-5.
Yeah, and he might kick himself there on that 115 in the corner that he had.
Yeah.
And he might have had some thoughts about scratching in the side.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was wondering, if he was going to be able to beat the side because he undercut the ball,
Yep.
so he might have been a little worried about going in the side. We'll get to see Gary second ball break here again. The master of the second ball break. Let's see how it goes this time.
Ooh, that was a good solid contact.
Yeah, it was.
8 was moving. Okay, we still got a little cluster, though. That right side, that's what his tendency is there. By the way, just to review, the other match, it's confirmed on the chat that JD was saying it's next Tuesday night. And then right after, either Thursday or Sunday will be the final of next week. So we're going to get through this holiday week and play the next semifinal match Tuesday night. 6 or 7, depending on the players. He's going with solids.
I would agree with that. I think that was the right choice. Now, does he try and run out? Let's see.
Oh, nice.
He's trying to run out.
Yeah, he's out. 4.
Well, he's got to
3.
use the 2 on the 1. He wants to use the 2 to combo the 1 in. I would shoot that probably right now. Oh, he just broke it out instead.
Yeah, that 2 is still a problem, though.
Yeah, it is. Now you got to clear the 3
And
so that you can make the 2.
that 5 is an issue, too, because you
I'd
got to
like to
get good at it.
draw up on that 5 right now with the 3 ball. So pocket the 3, draw up to the 5. We'll see if he does that. I think that's what he was trying.
Yeah, I agree with you. Unfortunately, he's stuck on the rail, so
Yeah.
he's still going to shoot this 5, but he's going to have to rely on that insurance ball, 1 ball, as a hanger to get out of this jam. And then how are you going to get? Maybe he's going to shoot the 2 now because he knows that it's a difficult out.
Yeah. It's just hard to get back to that 5 again, but that's what he's going to shoot.
He's closer to his work by shooting the 2. Nice shot, Gary.
Oh, bad luck. He made the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. And this has been the theme. Gary's been going for it and then coming down to some real tough outs, you know.
Yeah, I think it was hard to anticipate that he was going to hit the 14 and the 14 was going to go make the one.
Yeah.
And so now he's really in trouble on the 5. And he's jacked up over the 8.
He's banking this. He said he just called the bank shot straight back. And he's jacked up, so he's going to have to spear this. He's going to. Okay, got it into a playable position.
And he didn't leave much.
No.
He didn't leave anything, actually. I mean, I think Andy's going to have to figure out how to play safe. And that 5 ball's metal in the open.
I'm playing the 9 ball to the rail and drift my cue ball up towards the side pocket and use the 11 to block.
Yeah, I see that.
Or just come down to the end rail and leave him distance. You see where the cue ball is right now? If it was frozen to the end rail in the exact same position, good luck with that 5, right?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. He might shoot the 14 and try and just bump it off the rail and hook him on the 14.
Actually, he could do what I was saying, put it on the end rail and bank the 9 into almost blocking the 5. You know what I mean? At the speed to block the 5?
Mm-hmm. Just hard to control the speed.
Yeah.
And it's so fast. I mean, he's looking at all the options, and there's just none of them are easy.
I like shooting the 14 with bottom left and tucking them behind the 9 ball if I can. Just to get that 14 out into an area that's playable, easier playable.
Boy. I like slow rolling into the 14.
That's the best shot because that's easy execution. I
Yeah.
think that's the shot. Just bump it out and tuck him behind
I'm
it.
hooking behind it. We'll see if he does. But I also like your shot where you're shooting the 9 and hooking him on the 11. I like that shot too. He's actually, did he call I was thinking about banking even. And he's looking at your leaving him on the end rail, froze.
Well, when you don't know what to do, my mentors have always said do something simple. And I love your choice of just babying up on the 14. Let it hit a rail and bounce off the rail and the cue ball will be right behind it.
Yeah. It's weird when you got 6 balls on the table and you just got a tough shot.
Okay, he created a different problem there, but he's given Gary a chance with this.
Yeah, and
I think
the 8 ball goes if he makes that 5
yeah.
at the right speed. Nice shot.
He's supposed to get shape on this, and Andy knows it. When you know, as tough as that was for him to get shape, he's supposed to get
Yeah,
shape, and
right.
he's supposed to make this 8. Because the pool gods, you know, usually punish you when you don't get them.
Exactly. But again, maybe the 11 ball goes, but he left him in a tough spot again.
Yep.
If the 11 goes, he's probably fine. But again, it's a missable ball. Yeah, it was a missable ball. It just was.
I think he was kind of thinking two-way a little bit
Yeah.
too, and a lacking commitment to making the ball.
Right.
There's still some unsureness in his thinking, but that worked.
He's kicking at this, or he's banking it.
Right.
Kicking at it.
Nice try.
Yeah.
And now it's getting closer to a pocket, so Andrew's got to be careful here. He's got to make a ball and try to run out here. I don't think he can duck as easy now.
Yeah, he's got to bear down and put that 11 in.
Okay.
Now he's in a good spot.
Yeah, 13.
You got to get up for the 9.
I'm almost playing for the 14 right now and the 10. Playing a little quick, right?
Yeah, yeah. And in talking to Andy, I mean, he's playing great here. But that's kind of what he would say, I think, is his nemesis, where sometimes he'll just take something for granted. And he kind of took that shot for granted.
These guys are into the 2 hours and 10-minute mark. Fatigue sets in too. You guys, around 2-3 hours, most players start to make a few errors.
Yeah. Andy's had 8-6.
Yep.
And if he gets out here, obviously 9-6. So he's getting closer to the finish line if he gets out here.
See, he's putting some effort into precision here. Let's see. He's thinking it through.
Yeah.
Had the normal amount of practice strokes there. Now watch what I noticed there on the miss he had. He just got up and one pumped it.
Yeah, I'm sure he sat down and had a little chat with
Yeah,
himself. And said, you know, make sure before you shoot.
He's thinking. Good.
Those shots are always scary. I always feel like that ball's going to skid. He hit it great.
Okay, he got pretty straight on this,
did.
so he's just going to come straight back to where he is standing and just draw straight back. No sense in swinging around 2 rails. And now this is not a hanger, guys. You got to roll this in, I think, in order for the pocket to accept it. If you punch it with a draw or do something to pound it, it could rattle. He did.
He hit it hard and it stayed. Again,
That was smooth.
yeah, smooth stroke, stayed still,
Okay.
which he's done a lot tonight.
Yep. 9-6. Yeah, it's almost. I recognize it because I do it. It's almost like he let off the gas a little bit on that route.
Right. Yeah, I really think he sat down and had a little chat.
Mm-hmm.
Something said, "Hey, what am I doing here?"
Yeah, slapped himself in the knee, sort of
Yeah.
thing. Okay, what kind of break is he going to do here? Is he frustrated enough to go back to the side
Yeah,
ball
he
break?
smashed him last time he came up dry. He's going back to the second ball break.
Yeah.
He is.
Smacking the 2.
He
Wow.
made a ball. Made the 8 ball.
So that's not a win though. I think it's option, right?
Yeah, I think it's player option.
There's Dave. Dave's here. We're gonna get the score up.
The hero's here. Yeah, so he's spotting the 8, and I'm sure I'm thinking he's gonna shoot these. Probably like to have stripes, but they're not an easy starting ball.
Yeah, and if you look at the balls, anytime there's a portion of the table that has nothing in it, that means they're clustered. I mean, these are technically clustered. This is gonna be hard to move around.
I do not like shooting solids in this case.
Yeah, because of that 6-7 on the rail.
And the 3 ball's just stuck. So I would stay away from solids, and do you re-break? Or maybe there isn't an option to re-break when you make the 8 ball. I don't know what the rule is.
Dave, do you know that rule? He made the 8 on the break.
Did he scratch?
No. This is his first shot.
So he can either spot it and keep shooting, or he can re-break.
Yeah, so he chose to shoot.
And he
I
chose
was-
stripes.
Yeah, I almost re-broke there. He's playing safe.
So this is the menu that I couldn't find. That's why.
They got the scores.
Now, if Gary can make the 2, he's got a chance. He made the 2 off those other balls and broke them up. Great shot. What a shot. Oh, that's bad luck. The ball went in the corner. It was going to come down and give him a perfect shot, and he made it.
Okay.
Right, so now you guys can see the score in your upper left corner of the screen. It's 9-6, and blue is Andrew. Is that what they're seeing?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so blue is Andrew. He's ahead 9-6. Gary's shooting right now. And that was really unfortunate. He made a great shot, and the 6 ball goes around the table and goes in the corner. So he's got no shot. Mm-hmm. So he's got to figure out if there's a safety here.
I don't mind tickling the 1 and going the cue ball to the end rail, the dead center of the end rail, or down there, so that he'd really only have a 10 ball to shoot at.
Yeah.
Or a tough 14. But the 1 ball, you hit it at a speed where it might block the 14 or the 10.
Right, right.
You know?
You try and really put that 1, if you cut it at an angle to where it freezes up on that 14.
Yeah.
He's actually shooting here.
He's called what in this corner?
He called the 3 in the corner.
Or is it the 4 ball wired? Is the 4 ball triple count? No, it's 3 ball in the corner.
3 ball in the corner, I think.
Wow, does that fit by?
He tried to go off that ball, I think.
Okay.
These balls are open now. Every ball's got a pocket, and he's got to get up in between the 11 and the 14.
Well, this is what I was talking about before. This is closing time now. Andrew, this is huge. He's got control of this game, and he should get out.
He got up in between those balls. I think he'll just
roll up on the
this
7.
in. Yeah, he might even roll past it just a touch. I think he's got a little bit more angle.
I agree. And then he could get on the 14 and the 15 at the same time. If he can roll past, I like to get on 2 balls at a time at this stage of the game.
Yeah.
Roll past the 7 about 3 inches so you're on the 15 or the 14.
Yeah, I like that. The nice thing for him, he's got the 15 inside. So if he chooses to shoot the 10 second to last, he's got right to the 14, right to the 15.
And there's that underwater concept I was talking about. The 10 is under the 8, so I don't mind getting rid of that now. But you got to get on this 11 eventually.
I would
and you're
shoot
on
the
it
11
now.
first.
Yeah.
And then I would accept that angle on the 14, even if I don't get to the 15.
Mm-hmm.
He's shooting the 10 though.
Yep. So he's got to get on this 11.
He's going to the ball on the side first.
Yep. The 15.
The 15, and
now the corner of the 11 ball. That would be creative. I didn't think about that. He could
That
go
would be
stop
creative.
shot on the 15 and then 11 in
Right.
the corner, upper right corner.
Yeah, that might be what Andy was looking at the whole way. Went a little far.
Yep. Now he's got to bump the 7, or I think he can draw past the 7.
Yep, but it makes it harder. Again, makes it a missable ball.
And that's what we were saying earlier. That 11 ball, you don't get shape on a tough ball later if you're already on it. And that's why Brian and I wanted to shoot that 11.
11, yes. You don't want to tickle the 7 and get hooked on the 7. Nice shot. No, he overcut it.
Yep.
That 11 was the trouble, that whole
Yeah.
rack.
Okay, but he covered the 7, so he's got to shoot this 4 off. Or the
Unless he cut
3.
the 3.
Can you see the 3? Look. Now he's going to shoot before I can switch the
Yeah,
screen.
you can't. It's too late. Nice shot. Got on the 1, but he's jacked up. So
Yep.
let's see if he can stay with this shot and get
Drift
it in the
up
hole.
and hit the 14, and then you got the 7. Oh, he just punched it.
Pounded it, man. Now he's
Jacked
over,
up.
jacked up again.
So he's got to come to the side rail and come to center table. And this is what we worry about on this table is the speed of it. Will it go too far? And
Oh, look at this. I think he left him nothing. I think he's going to have to go to the air.
Yep. and when I was talking about closing time, this is the feelings you get when you're trying to win. And all of a sudden you come to the table and you got to not talk to yourself like, oh my gosh, gosh, am I getting unlucky rolls now? Or,
Yeah.
you know, is this going to become tough? You know, you can't think that way. You just stay in the process.
This is a jump shot that is totally makeable.
Yes, the 11 ball.
Yep. I think you just have to just go all in on making this ball because it, as the jump shots go, this ball can be made.
Yeah, and it will bounce twice and settle before even hitting the 11.
Yeah.
It'll be a nice, as long as he doesn't put unintentional English on it.
Right.
But, however, he's got to get it up pretty high because that looks like it's a 3/4 of a ball. He's got to jump this 7 pretty full. Half a ball.
Yeah.
He's going low on it, so this will have draw.
He made a good effort.
That's a scratch.
Oh, for a second, I thought it was going to stay up.
Oh, wouldn't that have been something?
That would have been really. That would have been tough from there.
Okay, Andy can't get frustrated with that. That's just the way it goes. It's still going to be 9-7. And Gary's mounting a comeback, and as Dave says, we want Hill here.
Right.
Oh,
We
he
got
got
funny.
funny there. He wanted to draw up.
Yep. Let's see if he can put this in the side.
Nothing to worry about because those balls are awfully funny.
Oh, he hit both points. Now, what
Got
do you
quick
do?
there too, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. This is not over yet. There's nothing easy about this position that Andy's in.
Let's get the overview because I think that 11 is not makeable in the side. No,
I don't think it is either.
he's got to play this 14 in the corner, doesn't he?
I think so.
And then watch the cue ball come back under the 8.
Do you roll this?
I'm playing just to cinch this at this stage of the set.
Oh, we went through and scratched.
Okay, we got 9-7.
Yep.
I don't even know if he's going to make him shoot this. I'm going to score it. No, I'm not. No way. He's going to make it shoot.
him, yeah.
Nice shot.
9-7.
9-7.
9-7, Andy's leading. You know what? Andy's had a 3-game lead a few times, and he's never been able to stretch it out to 4.
That's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where it's just like Gary's hanging around and
Yeah.
hanging around. That's what I try to do when I play Mike. Just try and hang around, see if I can hang around, and see if I can win at the end. Actually, though, that's kind of is a philosophy that I have. Just keep hanging around,
Yep.
and you just never know what happens at the end.
Yeah, that's true. Gary is very capable of breaking and running a few racks. However, this table is not conducive to that lately. I've seen a lot of matches. I don't see anyone stringing many together in this tournament.
And it's the pockets are tight.
It's not because of the players, yeah. It's difficult conditions.
What are the pockets on this table?
4 1/4.
Yeah, so it's not there's a pro cut, a bar box for diamond is 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is smaller than that. This
Yep.
is 4 1/4. So this
Yep.
is a difficult table, and so they're handling it pretty well, especially with the conditions that we have tonight.
Okay, table's open, right?
Still open,
Yep.
and the stripes look really nice.
Yeah, that just changed things.
Now we'll see how Andy handles this though, because
I like solids here.
for sure.
Yeah.
But he wants this game. This is a big game. He doesn't want to be looking at 9-8. So he feels like he needs to run out here. So let's see if he can execute.
3 in the corner.
I like 3 in the corner next.
I'm playing it right now.
I like it.
He,
I like it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
The score is 9-7. Andy. Oh, he rolled a little far on that. He made that 6
Yeah.
really thin.
Yeah. Yeah, he just needed a stop shot there, and he rolled it.
Yeah, he rolled it. So now he's got to shoot the 5. Put it in. Now, do you shoot the 3?
Well, I liked it before because that ball that he shot off first was an insurance ball. Mm-hmm. But now this ball is slightly difficult, more difficult than it was.
But you might not get better on it.
You're right. Yeah, you got to shoot it. Because if he makes it, then you're out.
Yeah,
If
I
you
agree.
don't make it, then you got more
As long as
balls.
he doesn't bump the 10 up, the 8 ball up on the rail.
Nice shot.
Yeah, really good shot.
Now 7-1-6, right?
Yep, and then
Or 1-6-7. 1-6-7 might be better because the 1 is.
I just
he's
don't
good
like
on
going
it
from
now.
the 6 to the 7. That's my concern about that.
I agree with that because all the traffic
There's
there.
so much traffic. I feel like you go. He might do this. He might go 1-6-7. But I really like going 7-1-6. And I just feel like there's so many ways to get from the 6 to the 8. Where getting from the 6 to the 7 is a lot more difficult.
I think you feel real comfortable shooting the 7 to the 1. Let's see if he gets the, because the shape he has right now is perfect for the 1.
Yeah.
Can he get that same perfect shape? I believe he can. And that's why I think your instincts are that.
Yeah. He's really
Yeah.
not sure.
Yeah, he's not. So let's see if he commits to the shape here. Okay,
Good shot.
he's okay.
Yeah. I like this. I think 7 was the right shot, and he just got past the 8. Roll this in.
Yep, cinch this, and now he's got to come up. Oh, that's perfect angle
Yeah,
because
that's
now
a
he can
really good
twist to
angle.
the side rail.
Yeah.
And his cue ball should try to hit 1 diamond under the side pocket, come off the rail 4 inches.
Perfect. Could not have hit it better.
Yeah, boy, he had nice speed control there. He came off full 1 foot to get perfect instead of just getting off the rail. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, that puts him on the hill.
Andy's on the hill 10-7. Every time that Gary's Cazolas to 2 games, Andy goes back to 3.
Yep. There it is.
Was it there?
Yeah.
Oh,
See it? We got the score 10-7, guys.
it's bright. When it's there might be 4 games left. Come on.
Dave came
You
in and
never
figured
know.
it out when Andy got to the hill. We knew we'd figure it out eventually.
Oh, it's only on the overhead though.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we're going second ball again. It looks like.
Yep.
Yep. He went second ball again.
Good break.
Hit him hard. Did he? Yeah.
Good
he made,
break.
Yeah,
Good
really
break.
Good break.
He's out here.
He could
if
finish it.
Yeah. I like solids.
I do too. I see that right away, and I think
2 ball. 1 ball. 5 ball.
I like the 1 ball, 2 ball.
I like the 1 first because that 5 needs a hole.
Yeah, right. And then it's also getting on the 7.
Yeah, maybe use the 2 to come down get the proper steep angle on the 2 to drift down for the 7 or the 6. Or the 4. You could get off the 2, you could get shape on the 4 and the 7 at the same
Yeah,
time.
you could.
Joe's
It is a little tricky. If you shoot that 1, because you don't want to leave the 5 up there. If you're shooting the 1 and then the 2, you got to make sure that you clear that 5. But what you could do is shoot the 1 and place shape on the 5 ball, and then shoot the 2 ball and use the 2 ball. But he's just starting at the 4, going to the other end. He overcut that ball.
I'm commentating on the match.
I think that I think he might have been unsure of the right pattern there, and I think that probably caused the miss because I think he just kind of
said, I'll just shoot the 4 rather than really committing to it. And so now Gary's got a shot at this, and I think it's still solids. I like going from the 6 and trying to get on the 4, right on the 7. Well, he went right up the mid-table. Is that the 7?
Yeah, that's a 7.
Yeah,
I
so
think there's that angle I was talking about,
yeah.
but he splashed into him instead. And
Now you got to roll the 7 in the side.
Yeah, for the 4 next.
Yeah.
He's not giving us much time to talk it through.
He makes up his mind and goes.
Yeah.
We'll see how hard he hits this. He might hit this pretty hard.
Okay, so Andy's coming to the table with a severe advantage here because he's got all his balls on the table and he's got control. And I believe this 10 goes.
Yeah, it does. He's going to roll into that ball and push
Yep.
it down, but didn't hit it quite right.
Got funny. Now, is this combo a hanger? He's going to shoot the 9 in the side, but I'm wondering about that combo, that 13-11. Are those lined up?
Right. It's a good question. And he's got a bad angle on the 9, so there's nothing easy even after shooting the 9.
Yeah, because that 14, he's got to get to the 8 side of the table,
Right.
not the 1 side of the table.
Yeah. I really think he wanted to bump that ball, that 15, down further
Yeah.
so that he could shoot it.
I'm almost shooting it right now anyway.
Yeah, I think I agree with you.
I sometimes force a shot like that just because I know that'll get me back in line.
Right. You could go 2 rails and just play it down the other corner. Let's see if he comes up with a shot here.
Okay, it came far enough.
It did.
It did. He can play this in the side, and he might even be able to come down to the bottom rail and tickle this 13 as it comes back up. You know what I mean?
I
Get
do.
those free.
Yeah.
Had to slow roll it though, so it doesn't come over by the 8.
I think he's trying to decide if he wants to just land on the end rail and shoot the 13 up table past the 1.
I think he's coming into it. The way he just gestured his cue, I think he's going to come
Going
up
into
into
it.
it. See if he hits it. He's got to draw this with. So that this stage of the set, how good is your English usage? You know, with little finesse shots. Let's see.
Right. You're right. That's exactly what he did.
Okay, a little too much English, but that 13 goes by, and the 14 goes in the corner, so he's okay.
I think he's going to shoot the 12 next, though.
I think he's going to go for this 13, get it off the table.
Yeah, makes sense. It's one of those balls you got to bear down on.
This is really the set right here.
Yeah,
Okay.
that ball is so easily overcut.
Okay. Gary's going to mount a fight here. Let's see how strong he finishes out this rack to get it to 10-8.
He's got a thin cut in the 4 right off the bat. Knocks
No
it right
problem.
in.
No problem. He's got a little pep in his step, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He's like, I'm still here.
Yeah. 1 pump on the 5, perfect. Now this will go 2 rails out, just missing the 15 for the 7 in the side
We'll see here.
or the corner.
It just goes. Look at that ball run.
Oh, he snuck up on
It
it.
just
Now it might be
ran.
wired. He might be able to shoot this at an angle. He's not even looking at it very long. He's dying to shoot it in.
He's shaking his head, but he's going.
Drawn into the 14 with his cue ball.
Look at
Nice
that,
shot.
and he stopped
Yeah.
on the 14. He's dead. Solid on the 8.
You guys, it was hard for me to call that quick.
Wow.
Okay, 10-8.
He closed it to 2 games again. This is kind of the pattern of the match.
Okay, and we talked about an over-under on time. I'm going to give you the overhead view so you can see the score. 10-8, that is correct. The over-under on time, we are at the 2-hour and 40-minute mark since this match started. Almost. So we're about right. We said the over-under was about 3 hours. I think that's about right.
Yeah. Well, here we are again. Gary closed it to 2 games,
Yep.
but he's never been able to get to 1. Now we'll see if he can do it, make it 10-9, then we got action.
Yep. Let's watch his break from this angle. Let's see what this side. He's gonna hit this orange 5 ball, and there's that cluster
They
again.
always cluster in the same side of the table. But this isn't too
It's
bad.
not as bad.
Did he make a ball?
I don't like that 13 ball. No, I don't think he made a ball. Andrew's at the table with his. He's got a torrefied wood. I can tell it's Andrew. I'll go back to the other.
Yeah.
That keel wood shaft.
I like stripes here. I like shooting that 13 right off the bat, clearing these off, and then going up table and getting those last 3 solid. I don't know if the 10 goes past the 8. That's the question, I guess. I was thinking the 10 went past the 8 in the upper left, but maybe it doesn't. I don't think it does.
No, that 10's a problem.
Changes my. Might change my opinion.
How
on this.
if you go solids, how are you going to break the 8 free?
Yeah, I still like stripes.
I do too, because that 8. I mean, you got safety opportunities down there too.
Exactly.
13, 12, 14, 9. Get rid of those.
Right, and then you work on those last 3,
Yeah.
and you might be able to. You should be able to break that 10 out with one of those 2 balls up there, depending on what angle you get. Now, do you get into the 7 here as you come out?
Yeah. Nice.
And now this is a little funny.
Speed.
I like the 9 if he can make it, and then use the
Absolutely. Let's
The
see the
12.
upper view. If he can make that 9, let's shoot the 9 now. Yes, he can.
and then he can use the 14 to get back to the upper part of the table.
He could even use his 14 as a key ball. But then there's traffic here, though.
Yeah. The question on that 9 is he jacked up over that 1. Otherwise, if he's not jacked up over that 1, I really like shooting that 9 now. Because it's not easy to get on later.
I think he's okay. His bridge hand might have a little bit of competition.
And he could. Yeah. Good hit.
Nice. He might save this 14 and just deal. Yeah, he's gonna. I think he's gonna shoot this. The 11 ball and bump the outside of the 8 ball away from the 10. He's got the angle to use right English off the bottom rail into that. Yeah, just like that.
He's looking to see that in the side, though. I still like shooting the 14 first. I still think it's a little funny off the 11. I wouldn't be surprised if he's going for a better angle. But he could play safe on that 10. He could go to the end rail and freeze him on the 8.
He could. I think
If he
he's got.
stops short.
I
and
think
then
he's
just-
got green light special in his brain, though.
Yeah,
I
you're
think
right.
he's trying to get out. No, he's going to the 15 ball. Stop shot.
Yeah, I just.
Okay, now he's funny.
Yeah. We still got the 14, so he's got to shoot the 14 next. But I really didn't. My concern with him shooting that shot there was he took away one of his breakout balls, the ball that he could use to hit the 10.
Yes.
I really think he needed to try and hit the 10 there. If he was going to shoot one of those,
Yes.
you want to try and break the 10 out. Because now he's going to have to shoot the 14 and get the correct angle on the 11 to break out the 10.
Is he contemplating safe one more time, or is he going to go for this?
That's a good question.
Because if he goes for this 14 right now, he's got to get
He's
perfect on
committed,
this.
yep.
Yeah. Okay. Oh boy.
He's got a nice angle.
Yep.
But you have to hit the 8 here. If you hit the 10, when you go one rail up off the end rail, if you come into the 8, you're out.
Yep.
If you hit the 10, you get hooked on the 8.
He hit it good.
Perfect. Oh, that was a nice
Congratulations, Andrew. You just won with that. Now finish.
shot. Finish it. That was a really nice shot. One rail out, 8 in the side.
Yeah. I feel for Gary. He's had a great tournament,
Yeah.
but this was one heck of a finish. Good finish. Way to finish. Run out.
Ready to go, Andy. Nice job.
Congratulations. And okay, so let me just review what's going on here. This was Mike Pankoff and Brian Brecky. We had a good time here today. We got 599 and under. We're down to the final 3 players now. Andrew just beat Gary to get into the finals. And we got Robert versus Brandon in the other semifinal. And they're going to play next Tuesday. And then we'll have the finals either Thursday or Sunday of the following week. Or, I mean, of next week. So we're going to sign out. Brian, you got anything to say that...
Thanks for listening. It was fun. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, I learned a lot.